So Drew and I were talking about the Ullmark trade, and in the middle of a sentence, he goes, "Oh, 4, 3, 2, and now I'm here." What I meant to say was, yes. 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 Are you not entertained? This is not why you are here. This is it. The Stanley Cup Final. Game 7. History in the making. Hi, I'm Steve Dangle. This is the SDPN YouTube channel. We will either see Florida win their first ever Stanley Cup, and it'll be on home ice, or the Edmonton Oilers pull off the near impossible, being down 3-0 in the Stanley Cup Final, storming all the way back to win the thing in a reverse sweep. Yes! This stream is brought to you by 888 Sport and 888 Canada. If you want to check out their YouTube channel and all the fun content that myself, Jesse Blake, and Ashley Dockin got up to, that'll be in the description. I'll have more info for you later. Shout out to some of the people already in the chat. Some of the STP VIPs. Stephanie Pollock, welcome to STP VIP. Ryan Weber upgraded to VIP ad-free. So did Whiff Prime Gaming. Lynn Meager is now an STP VIP. Michael Lynn Jr. said, "Thank you, Steve, and SDPN HVAC work in the GA minus 100. I don't get it. What? HVAC? Are you saying we suck? He's also saying yeet the beef, which is weirdly the message that I understood more. He's just saying throw the steak on the ice. Duke Ding Ding gifting 5 SDPN memberships. Adam P says, "Steve, are you hyped? The coffee is so good, I'm sweating." That's yes. Talent's here. However this ends, we're in for a treat. Now, if only Steve would show us his feet. No! Oh! Face Mask gifted us 20 SDPN memberships. Let's go. Many, many thanks. Here, let me explain that. So, I got a feeling there might be more of you than there usually are. There's already over 2,000. The game hasn't started. Not quite used to that. Jay Bigley gifting another 5 SDPN memberships. So what does that mean? What do memberships do? So if you become a member of this YouTube channel, I just want to let you know one thing. You can become an SDP VIP on Spotify or on Apple Podcast as well. But since you're here on the YouTube channel, here's what it gets you. Gets you special access to emojis in the chat. It gets you a green name in the chat so that I know you're an SDP VIP. Steve, that doesn't sound like very much. Well, luckily, that's not all that it gets you. It also gets you the SDP VIP episode every week. So right now we're doing 3 episodes a week. If you're an SDP VIP, you get 4. You get our 4th episode, usually uploaded Thursday night at midnight / Friday morning. In July, when we go down to 2 episodes per week, guess what? You still get 3 because there will be the SDP VIP episode that only SDP VIPs get. In August, when we're taking the month off, guess what? You still get the VIP episode once a week throughout the month of August. And then once next season begins anew and we go back to 3 episodes per week, you get 4. It's mostly like pop culture and news and whatever we want to talk about. Sometimes sports gets in there, but it's a throwback to some stuff that we used to do before we got all caught up in this hockey thing. If you want to gift memberships to people, you can do that. Bottom right corner, if you go to the little $, bottom right corner of the chat box, you can either get yourself a VIP membership or you can upgrade it to ad-free, which is where you get every episode of the Steve Dangle podcast ad-free. Or you can gift memberships to people and they get it for a month if you're feeling nice and charitable. What was the one thing I wanted to tell you? Oh, if it doesn't work, if you can't see the option to gift memberships, that is because you're on an iPhone, and for some reason that's an iPhone issue. Should work on Android, or it'll work on your desktop or laptop. Cassie said, Steve, I was just trying to get ha-has and Adam retweeted me and froze my Twitter. What? Can't view my notifications or refresh my feed. Endless pain. Fair enough. Viola Theroux is now an SDP VIP. Are we going to play some pants or no pants? Yes, when we have the time. I might shoot a Linus Ullmark reaction video, a Linus Ullmark trade reaction video live during the stream. I'll have to do it at intermission. Cassie Giannis of Generosity, queen of the Cassie clan, gifting a 50-piece, 50 SDPN memberships. If someone gifts you a SDPN membership and you see their name in the chat, thank them. Pretty please. It's the polite thing to do. Northeast Outrider, are we getting new trade tree videos this off season? That is the goal. We're gonna have there's a lot going on. There was a trade 20 minutes ago. There's a lot going on. That is my plan. Cassie, got to get all my reps in tonight. Love it. Salty Captain, 3 a.m. I'm drunk and hyped. All of the love from Finland. Kitos, very much, my friend. Mr. Bloopy. I was like, 3 a.m. Where the hell are you? Mr. Bloopy. Cassie is the GOAT. P.S. Thoughts on the Ullmark trade. I'm going to save that for intermission. But I hate the trade because even though it's not that great for the Bruins, it's good for the Sens. So where's the benefit to the Leafs? That sucks. Michael Lynn Jr. LOL, sorry, I'm an HVAC tech. It's 100 degrees in Georgia. Oh, I understand what you're saying now. Ew, 100 damn degrees. Steve, favorite arena beer from Casey McIntyre. Anything red. Talonseer, being choked out than being tapped out by a reverse sweep. Sounds like a fantastic MMA combo. Man, I forgot about that. Dude. The Panthers had the Oilers in a literal stranglehold. Ekblad was choking out Bouchard, and now here we are in Game 7. I can't believe it. Ty Smith, Steve for intermission. Did Boston want the trade announced now so that their horrible return for a former Vezina winner is buried by the Game 7? So you know what's funny? This trade actually yielded more in return for a former Vezina winner than the last trade for a former Vezina winner, which was the Marc-Andre Fleury trade, which was for an ECHL player. Mike Schmidt knows his stuff. A 50-piece. Michael, thank you very much. Gifting 50 SDPN memberships. If you, Mike Clan, we need a better name. Oh, Ullmark is under contract for one more season. I thought he was a UFA, so he's got one more year left on his deal. I got it. If Mike Schmidt gifted you an SDPN membership, thank Mike. The Schmidt Pit. We'll come up with something. Sean Druitt, that membership is for our 3-day-old daughter. Wow. Congratulations. Cheers. 3 days old. Oh, I said Schmidt's Creek in Game 5. Thank you for remembering stuff. Michael Berry, I don't think we'll be using that one. The Mike Militia. Ooh, that gave me the ick. Nope. Nope. The Holy Schmitz. I'm sure Mike is tired of people being like, it sounds like poop. Ullmark was traded for the equivalent of 25 SDPN memberships. Someone said that in the chat. I like that very much. Wazoo said peak Bruins to drop a trade announcement after a Celtics parade and right before Game 7 of a Cup final. Someone is dressed up as McJesus in Sunrise, Florida. Honestly, based on the footage I'm seeing, I don't know if there's a Panthers fan in attendance. Like, the Panthers are going to win on home ice, and everyone's going to be sad. Yeah, this is a game that makes sense for to travel for. Absolutely, Drew. Cassie says Mike Mafia. Oh, Jeffrey, Mike's Ikes. Well, that should be a poll. What about the Mike Mafia or the Mike's Ikes? Did Mike and Ike break up? No. Are Mike and Ike's people? I thought that was just the name of the candy. Did they have to change the recipe? That's so stupid. Mike's. They just call it Mike's? Would you have a candy called Steve's? Mike and Ike. It's one of the funnest things to say in all of candy. They were removed from Canada after their breakup? I'm learning all the candy tea. What? Nathan Kiskaden. Don't mind if I do. Where's Caden at? This is amazing. I haven't been this excited for a Stanley Cup game since 2017. Go Pens. Why were you excited for that one? I can't imagine why. Where is it? Ooh, Justin Fisher, our social lead. Holy crap. We sent a community note on our YouTube channel. We asked who was going to win this game. 10,088 people voted. 74% of you think that the Edmonton Oilers are going to win the Stanley Cup. Only 26% supporting the Panthers. Oh boy, there's the Kachucks. It's sitting right next to an Oilers fan. Do you think they know? Dude, game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Time to hunt. Redemption up on the screen. People were calling this Red Dead Redemption 2. And the Panthers are getting exactly what they asked for. They should have perhaps asked how the video game ends. It's been out since 2018. Shut up. Alex Miller gifted 20 SDPN memberships. Thank you very much. Hawks23G, I'm ready to see the Everblades and the Oil Kings face off in the Kelly Cup Game 7. I am too. Drew, can we please get the Game 7 penalties stat up? We were talking about this on the podcast. So you have to go all the way back to like full season lockout. The Calgary, this is from the Sportsnet broadcast. If you go to the Calgary Tampa year, in 2004, there were 7 power play opportunities. There were 9 in Edmonton, Carolina. I would love to see the breakdown of that. Since then, Game 7s are basically lawless. Game 7, Detroit, Pittsburgh, 3 power play opportunities. 2011, Boston, Vancouver, 3 power play opportunities, and one of them was a hooking call against Milan Lucic about halfway through the third period, and the Bruins were already up 3-0. In 2019, there was just 1 power play opportunity. It went to the Boston Bruins because the St. Louis Blues took a puck over the glass delay of game penalty, meaning there were no actual infractions. And that was 5 years ago. What'll it be tonight? I said my bet on the show. I think it'll be 1 power play opportunity each. I think someone's going to get a power play in the first period. Someone's going to get a power play in the second. And there's just no shot there's going to be a power play opportunity in the third. That's what I think. Mountain Man of East, being a Preds fan, you have the best Hawk pod. I think you meant hockey pod. Unless you're saying we have the best Hawk Tua pod. We're not that kind of pod, though, sir. Or ma'am. Nope, you said man. Spit on that thing. You get me? I love how we all know who that person is. Like, we all know what video I'm referencing. What's your favorite part? Mine is you get me. Hawk Tua is a great part of it. It's definitely what brings you in, but you get me? She asks all sheepishly. It's funny. Natalie Drake, but is this help Oh, is this the Help John or the Get Money ending? That is a Red Dead Redemption 2 reference. I'm not going to answer that because I don't want to spoil it. I just love the idea that someone might not know the ending of Red Dead Redemption 2 and they have the opportunity to play it for the first time. I would love to be able to play that game for the first time again. We're setting up for the national anthems. Alex Miller, as a co-conspirator of Cassie Clan, glad to be a part of the fun. Let's all enjoy a hopefully fantastic Game 7 and last game until October. Thank you. And listen, like, I might not get a chance to be as sappy as I want to be. As Alanis Morissette takes the stage, I might not get an opportunity to be as sappy as I want to be because there's a lot going on tonight. There's a lot going on tonight. It's the biggest game in years and years. Wow, it is a loud Canadian anthem in Florida. But what I wanted to say is to Cassie, Alex, the co-conspirator, Mike Schmidt, so many others in the chat who have been so generous, gifting memberships and everything. It really helps out us. It helps out the channel. It helps out the network and business that we're trying to make succeed here. But also everyone who you're enriching. You're giving them hours and hours and hours of content to enjoy. And that's a really selfless thing that you're doing. And I just wanted to say thank you. The fans are taking over, like they're dictating the pace of the anthem. Alanis is trying to take her time with it. She should just hold the mic up. Are there Panthers fans there? The Panthers might win the cup on home ice, and everyone there will be sad. Oh, and Americans love doing this, and they do this a lot in Florida, where it's like, and now the real anthem before going into the Americans. Oh, they're singing the American anthem. That's nice. Oh, no, there's a lot of Panthers fans there. That's a lot of Panthers fans, actually. This is loud. Drew is saying, what's the price, like cap, you would pay? What is the cap you would pay for Stanley Cup Final ticket? Well, like a Game 7 Stanley Cup Final ticket? It's the last game. We're talking hotel. We're talking flight and everything. I think the conversation starts at $5,000. Starts at $5,000. That is a good point, Drew. You could drive it. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could kill that much time. Wow. This is going to be a barn burner. Salty Captain. We already got over 4,000 people in the chat. What's up, chat? As a Bruins fan whose favorite player was Mark Savard, I'd love to see him as a Bruin, but I'm just happy to see him in the NHL again. Me too. He was with the Flames last year. They're trying to start a Sergey chant already. Mitchell McClellan. Zach Lewis, live at the Echoplex Sunday, August 11th. I don't know who that is. There's like 10,000 sticks, but all you need is a glove. Great Alanis reference. Luongo's beating the drum. He's smashing the hell out of that thing. He's seen a Game 7 in a Stanley Cup Final before. He fell short in a Game 7 in a Stanley Cup Final before. He does not want to fall short again. Is this his night for a ring? Is this Florida's night for a ring? Or do the Edmonton Oilers pull off one of the greatest comebacks in the history of hockey? I'm Steve Dangle. This is the STPN YouTube channel. Click like because it's free. It only takes a second. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. This is where you're hanging out tonight. The puck is dropped. Robert bet, oh no, after tonight, no more hockey for 2 months. Whatever will we do? We'll figure that out when we get there. Connor Brown already taking the Panthers zone. Rings it around. Ekman Larsson tries to recover it. There's Connor Brown again. He's been excellent. Bouchard to the net. Oh, and it's kicked out. Here come the Panthers attacking 2-on-2. Lundell with Luostarinen. On net. Skinner makes a save. Recovered by Nico Mikkola to prevent the counterattack. He'll go up the ice to a streaking Matthew Tkachuk, who's got Philip Broberg all over him. Oilers chip it out. Airmailed perfectly. Bobrovsky out of his net to Mikkola, who goes off the boards. Evan Rodriguez, already 4 goals in this Stanley Cup Final. Is that icing? No, it is not. Skinner helps get it to Broberg. Big hit from Bennett, mostly missed. Panthers dump it back in, and the Oilers will recover. But the Panthers already on the forecheck. Bennett with a massive hit on Broberg. That one connected. Here comes Nurse. Breaches the Florida zone. In there with Ekblad. The Oilers, I think, going for a change there. Oh, Panthers moving the puck well. Reinhart. Puck just out of reach. CC staples him. Verhaeghe chasing after Warren Foegele. Dylan Holloway turns it over. Panthers will recover in their own zone. Kulikov chips it in, right back out. Oilers airmail it into the glove of Ekman Larsson, right back out. Long stretch pass for Okposo. It doesn't find him. No icing call. Panthers double team Brett Kulak. Held at the line by the Panthers. Okposo behind the net in what could very well be his final NHL game. If the Florida Panthers win this game tonight, he gets $500,000 tacked onto his contract. No, I am not kidding. That is written into his contract. Huge chance going on. An early penalty. Brandon Montour down on the ice. High stick. Is it going to be 4? How do you not bite the hell out of yourself? I'd be gnawing on myself like a zombie. Warren Foegele going to the box 2.5 minutes in. Oi! Yeah, that's well earned. I don't know if it was malicious intent, but he basically cross-checks Montour right in the face. That's a bad one. That's a bad one. Trust my white van. Can we have the time up on our screen? We're working on it. Unwell Wisher gifted 10 STPN memberships. Allison Wolf, not hockey related, but I love your zoo stories. I would love to visit the zoo one day. It sounds like an amazing place. It is. And thank you. Penalty kill for the Oilers. Power play for the Panthers. Panthers looking for their first lead in this series since Lord knows when. I think it was game 3 when they were up 4-1 on the Oilers. They held on to win that game 4-3. Face-off scrambled. Matthew Tkachuk battling along the half wall. Matthias Ekholm fires it out to the point. Held there by Oliver Ekman Larsson. Panthers put it on. Stopped by Skinner, and it goes into the crowd. That was only 12 seconds. 12 seconds gone in this Florida power play. 4,300 of you in the chat. Let's get 1,000 likes. Let's get 1,500 likes. It takes a second. Helps out the channel. 17:27 to go in the first period. Oilers are able to clear the zone off the faceoff. Here comes Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 13 years to the day after he was drafted. Reinhart into the feet of Tkachuk, so Barkov's going to have to chase this down. Thank you to Tracy Lynn for gifting a membership as the Oilers clear the puck down. A quarter of this penalty has been killed. Oliver Ekman-Larsson to Tarasenko to a streaking Alexander Barkov. 45 seconds into this Panthers power play. In front! Sticked away by the Oilers. Panthers hold the zone, though. Tarasenko to the point. Working the point. Back and forth. Barkov! Oh, he had Tarasenko. He just didn't find him. Chipped out. And the Oilers have numbers here. This could be dangerous. Janmark is drilled. No helmet for him. So he's got to go to the bench. Florida is 100% more physical to start this game. I agree, producer Drew. But here comes Derek Ryan, shorthanded. Into the corner. It was blocked. Now, Evan Rodriguez, only 30 seconds to go here. This Oilers power play, or rather penalty kill, has been so incredibly strong in this Cup final. It's been incredibly strong all playoffs long, and they clear the puck again. Only 20 seconds left to work. Bobrovsky leaves it for Brandon Montour, who goes up the ice to Sam Bennett. Bennett to a streaking Carter Verhaeghe. Drives wide, tries to go between the legs, a little too cheeky. Panthers hold the line. Penalty about to expire, but they might have a chance here. Verhaeghe. Penalty does expire. 0 shots on that power play. Rodriguez with it. On! Tipped! Scores! Scores! Carter Verhaeghe! As soon as the Florida Panthers fail to score on the power play, they get one 4.5 minutes in. 5-on-5. And for the first time since the third game of the series, the Florida Panthers take the lead. Will this be the goal that brings the Stanley Cup to the Florida Panthers for the first time? Rodriguez puts it on. It's going wide and tipped masterfully by Carter Verhaeghe. Masterfully between the legs of Stuart Skinner. Teams scoring first in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final have a record of 12-5. First in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Thank you to Hockey Night in Canada for that stat. And Karen, well-timed, gifting 5 SDPN memberships. Thank you. The Oilers are now plus 165 to win this game, according to 888 Canada, 888 Sport. Oilers might have a chance here. Connor McDavid nearly sends Draisaitl. Forsling to Ekblad. To Forsling. Up the ice to Barkov, who just chips it in. That one guy says, is this the most important game in league history? It's close. McDavid, blocked by Montour. Continues to attack, though. Barkov shovels it out. Darnell Nurse going to give chase. It's not enough for icing. Okposo hits him. Philip Broberg up the ice. Turned back around by Kevin Stenlund. Dogged on the puck. He needed a couple attempts there. Cassie says 3,000 likes by the halfway point of the first period, and I'll gift another 50. Also, I don't know if Adam is still in the chat, but thank him for the follow. Absolutely. Stenlund and Okposo going to work in the corner. I don't know why Okposo was never in this lineup. He's in the lineup for the Panthers ahead of Nick Cousins. In my opinion, he should have always been there. Sent in by Dmitry Kulikov. Sam Bennett. Into the corner. He's got Tkachuk with him. Tried to get it to Rodriguez. It'll be too much. The Panthers have to go chase after it, but at least they have the thing. 6.5 minutes roughly into the first period now. Justin Fisher says, no silly games tonight. LFG. I was wondering where your text was, bud. Instead, you're just sending me words of encouragement. I'm like, that's not like you. What are you up to? Hey, 20 gifted SDPN memberships. Let's go. Justin Fisher with the 20-piece. Oilers up the ice. Oh, it'll be a breakaway. Scored! Matthias Janmark. Hockey, the janitor way. And holy cow, less than 7 minutes into the first period, this game is already tied 1-1. Who had that bullet up the ice? Was that Cody Ceci? What a pass up the ice to Matthias Janmark, who beats Sergei Bobrovsky under the blocker, where the Oilers have been going all series long after they figured him out. What a start to what is one of the biggest games in the history of this league. Panthers with it in their own zone. Odds are now even, -115 both on 888 Sport, 888 Canada. If you want to make a little bet, link is in the description. Oh, Barkov! He had Verhaeghe there. Barkov to Forsling. Forsling on through traffic. Where to go? It's behind the net. Verhaeghe. Barkov gets to it before McDavid. Reinhart. Bang. Forsling whiffs on it. He gets another crack. Puck doesn't make its way through. Oilers collect it. Bouchard. Goodness gracious. Janmark is fourth of the playoffs. How many have come in this series? 3? Ceci's third assist. That was a beautiful assist. Cody Ceci's track record in game 7s is preposterous. The dude never scores. Definitely never scores goals. Doesn't even really put up points. But his career in game 7s, especially with the Oilers, is absurd. Mikkola wants it. He doesn't get it. Oh! Steered just wide of the Oilers' net. Puck sent down the ice. Is this going to be icing? I think it is. And it is. Game 7 Ceci, says Ty Smith. I'm telling you, it's a thing. I pointed it out earlier these playoffs. It is definitely a thing. Goal, says 1-2. If the Oilers win, I'll hit like, subscribe, and tell all my friends. And I think I missed one early. Doug Leafman, only one of the core 4 could easily be traded before July 1st. Nylander, 8-year contract of an elite player could be attractive. No one wants to hear that right now, but you're right. Oilers, stopped by Skinner. Holloway, gained center, dumps it. Shots are already 6-3 in favor of the Florida Panthers. They scored first. Oilers scored second. Game begins anew. Almost 5,400 of you in the chat. That is ridiculous for a first period of a non-Leaf game for this YouTube channel. Puck behind the net. Panthers with a lot more sustained, big hit. A lot more sustained pressure to start this game, and that'll be another icing call against the Edmonton Oilers. 11:20 to go in this first period. Holy Toledo. Oilers can pull off one of the most miraculous comebacks in the history of hockey. The Panthers looking to erase that narrative. The Panthers win the cup tonight. The only thing anyone will remember in a few years is that they won. No one will care how they did it. No one will give a good gosh darn. Okposo in the corner. Oilers have their first line out there against the Panthers' fourth, but it's the Panthers in the offensive zone. A couple big bodies, Okposo and Stenlund. They actually take the puck off the Oilers. Puck skips over McDavid's stick. Lomberg to Ekman-Larsson. On! Panthers have had spectacular traffic so far to start this game. Okposo with it behind the net, battling with Cody Ceci. Ceci strips him with ease. Up the ice, not able to clear the zone. Panthers will head off for a change now, but they've already partially done it. Ceci has to get it out of the way of an attacking Carter Verhaeghe. Not even halfway through this first period. Wes Richard with 5 SDPN memberships. Cassie says, has Steve taken a breath yet? Goodness, no, but I can do that around 11 o'clock. Unless it goes overtime. Reinhart for Verhaeghe. In front! Oh, boy, this has been a busy night for Stuart Skinner so far. Even the shots that aren't making their way to the net, he's having to scamper. Hyman chasing after it. Hyman, geez, he's going 1-on-4 and winning. Oh, on. That goes wide. Henrique gets it to Ekholm. Boosh bomb! That is deflected wide. Henrique, who has had a huge, deep series career. Shot blockered by Bobrovsky. Oilers still holding this zone. They've been in there for 30 seconds. Hyman, who's done a lot of this. Bouchard to Ekholm. Janmark flying in front. Oh, baby. Bouchard on high, gloved by Sergei Bobrovsky with 9:09 remaining in the first period. And the Oilers even the gap in shots. They've already evened the gap in goals. It is 1-1. Game 7, Stanley Cup Final. I'm Steve Dangle. This is the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. I have something to do, but forget taking a breath. My voice hurts. Say, this stream is brought to you by 888 Canada, who I've mentioned a few times. It's easy to see why 888 Casino and 888 Sports are the top choices for online casino games and sports betting in Ontario. 888 Casino has an amazing variety of slots, and 888 Sport offers so many different betting options that they'll definitely have something you love. Plus, I'm super excited to announce that Jesse Blake, Ashley Docking, and I have teamed up with 888 Canada for a fun new YouTube project. We're diving into 888 Casino's huge slot selection and taking on one another in trivia battles with punishments. Will there be tattoos just above the bum? Will there be pies to the fotch? You'll have to check out their YouTube channel to see. On top of that, you can now help us with the punishments for the next set of games. Leave a comment on our Leafs 888 Canada video featuring myself and let us know what punishments we should endure next. Head over to 888 Canada's YouTube channel by clicking the link in the description below and subscribe so you don't miss out. Long Hong, huge thank you to Jesse, Adam, and SDPN crew, and most of all, you, Steve, for making this my favorite NHL postseason after the last 3 Penguins Cup runs. Thank you. Oh, and for the last time in these Stanley Cup playoffs, can we get a round of applause? Can we get a round of applause for Speedy V? Someone should fill the Stanley Cup with Costco gravy. Every single stream, Speedy V is in here talking about Costco gravy. I've never asked why. I don't need to know why. We all love what we love. Cody Ceci now has 2 goals and 4 points in his last 4 Game 7s, including a game-winning goal against LA. It's preposterous. It's preposterous. Face-off in the Panthers zone. It looked like the Panthers might get it, but here are the Oilers. Ryan McLeod in front. Derek Ryan not able to get a stick on that. Okposo, who's seen plenty of ice so far in this first period. Up for Lomberg, who's got to give chase. Stenlund, skillful move from the big man. On! Oh, that goes wide. His fourth line's been effective so far for Florida. Oh, in front, deflected wide of the Oilers' net. Panthers looking for a bank shot there. Okposo is playing like he's got a Stanley Cup ring and $500,000 on the line, which he very literally does. If the Florida Panthers win this game, it is in Kyle Okposo's contract that he gets an additional $500,000. You think I'm making that up? We're at almost 1,500 likes. Let's get it to 2,000. Get it to 2,000. I'd like to get it to 3,000. Oh, what a move at the blue line by Warren Fogle, but he goes offside. 8:11 to go in the first period. Oh, 6,000 people here in the chat. Let's go. SDP VIP. So we have the Steve Dangle podcast. We have 3 episodes a week right now. We do a 4th episode that's only for VIPs. So if you get a membership, you get that 4th episode. In July, we're going to go down to 2 episodes per week. Guess what? You'll still get 3 if you're a VIP because we'll have the VIP episode. And in August, when we go down to 0 episodes per week, guess what? We'll still have the VIP episodes going up. And once next season comes around and we're back up to 3 episodes per week, we'll have 4 episodes if you're a VIP, because it'll be the 3 regular Steve Dangle podcasts that are mostly hockey, and then the VIP episode that is a lot. Oilers dump it in. Rodriguez after the puck. Fogle and Montour both go after it. Panthers get the Oilers to retreat. Holloway, the lone forechecker for the Oilers. Under 7.5 minutes to go here in this first period. See Showtime. What do you think about the Sens trade for Ullmark? I'm going to talk about that at intermission. It's worth talking about. It's a huge deal. Barkov chasing after Evan Bouchard. Bouchard gets around him clean, but Verhaeghe and Ekblad trying to make life difficult, and there's Barkov again. City TV everywhere. Puck goes up and over Ekblad. Hyman gets it out, and the Oilers attack with numbers. And what numbers? McDavid. Bouchard. Time and space. Shot! Wide. Oh, baby. McDavid out there with Hyman, who drives the net. McDavid skating around, being chased by Forsling. Forsling loses his stick, but the Panthers clear the zone. Sam Reinhart. Oh, boy, he might get an opportunity here. Evan Bouchard stays with it. Nugent Hopkins has the puck in his feet. Attacked by Anton Lundell. I was wondering why he was having so much difficulty. Carter Verhaeghe was sitting on it. Lundell and Nugent Hopkins fighting for the puck underneath one of their skate blades. I think it was Nugent Hopkins. It goes around. Kulikov driving. He's all the way behind the net now. Lundell. Panthers with a little cycle going on here. Tarasenko tries to go behind the net. Comes up to Ekman Larsson. Behind the net again. This line getting back to what it was doing so effectively throughout the playoffs, and that's just having the puck in the offensive zone. Panthers put the puck over the glass, but they were on the offensive side of center, and so it won't be a penalty against the Panthers. Or rather, the Oilers. Oh, Bouchard hit the post when he put it wide. Oh, goodness gracious. Cassie said, I just realized I wasn't following Drew on Twitter. How dare you? Drew, apologies. I have rectified the mistake. I always saw the 10 out of 10 takes and thought I was. Steve, this is from Goofy Goober. As a Leaf fan myself too, I don't care who wins. I hope both teams have fun. You can also hope both teams have a miserable time. No, this is awesome. This is awesome as a hockey fan. COD Visceral. What do you think about the Devils rumors? Rutger McGroarty to New Jersey in a trade and Brett Pesce signing with New Jersey. Possible Marino trade headed out. Listen, it's game 7. I will say this. There are a ton of insiders out there who are not insiders. It's just dudes saying stuff. And don't worry, I'm not going to go and throw stones in that glass house. But I'm saying that to say you're going to see a ton of rumors out there. And there are some lesser known people breaking news these days. A lot of it's BS. But the empty netters, they've had stuff recently. And they've had stuff on the Devils. I don't remember what it was recently, but they've had stuff with the Devils. I think it might have been them hiring Sheldon Keefe. So keep your eye out for the empty netters. If you don't know who they are, you've probably seen them on TikTok. I can almost guarantee it. The Leafs should sign Costco Gravy. Tails. That made me laugh. To Goofy Goober. This is from Renatmon. Nah, we want Canada to win. Interesting. James David Atkinson. What's your opinion of Sammy coming back on a Eunice Korpisalo style deal as a third option early in free agency? No. Nope. Let's move on. Let's move on from that. There's a stat on the screen. Ties game 7. I can't read it. It's too small. Janmark scored his 4th career game 7 goal, tied for most among active players with Corey Perry. So the Oilers have both active leaders. That's crazy. Oilers put it around. Ekman Larsson shanks it, and it works out. Lundell. Oh, Lusterinen avoids being demolished. Puck off the boards. Connor Brown with it in the offensive zone now. He's got Janmark with him, but he leaves it for Adam Henrique. Henrique puts it on. There was a rebound. Cleared by Oliver Ekman Larsson. Janmark can't hold the zone, but he gets the puck back. Here comes Broberg. He's been such a good addition to the... Oh! Connor Brown! Who was that running at him? That was Sam Bennett, who was out to kill tonight. That is at least the third guy he's taken a run at. Bobrovsky covers the puck. 5:02 to go in the first period. EV gifting 5 SDPN memberships. Let's go. Fact Sakes says, did the Oilers put Makar in CC's jersey? That was ridiculous, dude. Cheers, Drew, says Cassie. I think I might have already read that, but things are insane right now. Sarah Marlowe. If Edmonton wins, I'll call producer Boo his real name. Good. You should. Face off in the Florida Panthers zone. Nearly 6,400 of you in the chat right now. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell your friends I'm Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Scrummed draw. The ref said, no, I didn't like it. And so he says, get back. Bennett wins the draw. Or does he? Cody Ceci with it. He puts it wide. But that's game 7, Cody Ceci. That's a different animal. Here he is again. Game 7, Cody Ceci puts it wide. Rebound in front. Oh, this guy's an animal in game 7. Panthers clear it. Oh, fortuitous bounce for Matthew Tkachuk. To the point. Are the Panthers onside right now? It looks like it. Oh! And they just put it wide. Nico Mikkola behind the net. Leaves it for Matthew Tkachuk. Not sure if that was wise. Mikkola has got to fight to get it back, and he does. Tkachuk gets it to Bennett. Shot from the point. That goes into the corner. Evan Rodriguez, he's got Holloway on him. He's taken down. Are we going to see a penalty there? There is a whistle, but it's for a hand pass. Oilers might have got away with one there. Yeah, I know. Trips aren't getting called in game 7. Dude, cross checks to the mouth are the only thing that have been called so far. Jesse Fanasteel, who has the I'm not losing this game moment? It would appear to be Cody Ceci and Matthias Janmark. What's up? Where my gripper's at? You gonna make me come to your house where your slipper's at? Ew. I am not Adam Wild. Adam is your grippers guy. Adam will show you his feet. I am not. By the way, I should promote the stuff we're going to be doing coming up on draft night. That's night 1 or day 1 of the draft, the first round. We will be doing a live stream on the SDPN YouTube channel during the draft and throughout. People seem to really like that we did it last year. We did it from Nashville. We will be doing it from the SDPN studios this year. And on July 1st, there's going to be a lot of news, obviously breaking free agency news. We're going to be doing videos all day, and that will culminate with a live show, I believe, starting at 5 o'clock, roughly Eastern, from the SDPN studios, and that will be our Steve Dangle podcast episode for that Monday. So we're going to do a live Steve Dangle podcast, basically, which we've never really done before, except for in person. Brad Benefield. Hi, Steve. Hey, Brad. We're back from TV timeout. 1-1 is the score in this game 7. The Panthers dump it. Stuart Skinner out of his net to play it. And he's got a ringing around hard. Oilers, oh boy, still haven't come up with it. Joe gifting 5 SDPN memberships. Let's go. Thank you kindly. Bobrovsky plays it to Stenlund. Oilers trying to force a turnover. Doesn't quite work. Panthers send it all the way down the ice. I think that'll be, yes, icing with 3:48 to go in the first period. Pace has slowed down a little bit since the beginning of this game. Dave Glatz. Hey, Steve, can we get a Cassie Clan emoji? And can't wait for more content from all of you. First of all, mwah, great to see you again. Second of all, let's look into that. 2 CCs coming up big in this game so far. Cody and Cassie, the Cassie clan. Ryan Lomberg with it, attacking. Shot, gloved, or rather blockered away by Stuart Skinner into the opposite corner. Yeah, the shot clock has been a mess tonight. Forsling puts it on. That is stopped in front. Oilers trying to get out of their own zone. They're having a hard time doing it with speed. Nugent Hopkins picked off Barkov. Knocked down by Nugent Hopkins. Forsling will fire it in. Panthers got to cut them off at the opposite side of the blue line, and it works. They overskate the puck. Bouchard with the gentle tip to Hyman. Ooh, Hyman takes a high stick. I don't think they're going to call it. McDavid up to Hyman with a shifty move on Forsling. Forsling catches up to him, though, but Hyman, Zachary on the attackery into the corner. EV gifting 10 SCPN memberships. Thank you, EV. Gracias. Kitos. Taksamukit. Hit on Henrique from Ekman Larson. Panthers with it in their own zone. Ceci chasing after it. So is Anton Lundell in the Edmonton zone. Lusterinen. There's no Panther deep. Yeah, Lundell has to chase after it. Lusterinen gets it. Kulikov! Wide. Oh, he had a glorious opportunity there. Tarasenko can't get it in front of Lundell. Ekman Larson attacking, pinching for offense a little bit here. Henrique goes up the boards. Lusterinen there in support of OEL. Lusterinen can't keep up with it. Ceci breaks it out. Man, keep the puck off his stick. The dude is dangerous in Game 7. I'm not even joking. Cassie said, I wouldn't say no. There you go. Sam Bennett chips it in, chases after it himself. Bennett is all over Philip Broberg in this game. He is trying to kill that guy. I don't know why he decided that's my guy, but Evan Rodriguez, Panthers gain the zone. For their sake, I hope they're onside this time. McLeod. Ooh, nice stick from the Panthers. Kachuk! Oh, flips it high. Did that hit the crossbar? Aaron Bennett saying Bennett should come to the Leafs and wear 42. For selfish reasons, I'm sure. I want to see what happened here with Kachuk. Oh, you're not going to show that replay? Come on. There it is. Whoop. Oh, I think he... Side of the post? Yeah, I thought so too. He's smiling. Face off in the Oilers zone. Panthers come up with it. Verhaeghe in the corner being chased by Evan Bouchard. On! Where is it? Rebound in front. Right in the slot. Barkov finds Reinhart. Reinhart blocked by Bouchard. Here comes Barkov trying to get around the net. Ekholm clears them all out. Puck is still behind the net. Verhaeghe. Behind. Oh! In front. Shot! Goes wide. Verhaeghe. To the point. Ekblad. Wide on purpose. Reinhart knocked to the ice by Ekholm. Fans looking for a call. That's not going to happen. Oh! Verhaeghe tries to jam it. Didn't work. And now here come the Oilers. They've been in the defensive zone for a long time. But you don't mind Hyman and McDavid out there. Panthers looking much more like themselves in this game. I know, those are some big cross-checks from Bouchard. You're right, Drew. Mikkola throws it on. That goes wide. Lundell. Mikkola stays with it. Steered aside by Stuart Skinner. Lusterinen goes behind the net. 2-1. And the Panthers bomb it from the point. It is stopped from Stuart Skinner. And at the end of the first period, the Florida Panthers open the scoring. 1. The Edmonton Oilers answer back. 1. 1-1 is the score. 20 minutes into Game 7 of the 2024 Stanley Cup Final. This game is correctly billed, folks. Correctly billed. This is the biggest game in years and years and years. It is the first Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final in 5 years. And it is the first time a team has come back from 3-0 down in a series to force Game 7 since Detroit did it in 1945. No team has done it successfully and won that Game 7 since the Toronto Maple Leafs in 1942. It's unbelievable, this game. 6,900 of you in the chat right now. Nice. Belgos says, great day to be a hockey fan. It indeed is. Indeed it is. Cassie says, what month comes after June? Be honest now. Don't you lie to me. Boo! No, I liked it. I liked it very much. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. I would like a minute to get a water, Drew, and then I will come back and we can get right into the Linus Ullmark trade, you think? Yep, let's do it. That was fun. I got a water. I sat down. I didn't realize how much time had passed. I sat down and the clock was at 2 and I went, oh. And Drew had to make the executive decision to just play it again. But here I am. Steve Dangle here on the, geez, like no one left. I love that. Steve Dangle here on the STPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Mitchy Mitch, what a game to be a neutral hockey fan. You're not wrong. Dave Glatt, Steve, can we get a 10-second show and tell that is a Stanley Cup Final show and tell? I think that would be awesome. Thanks for all that you do. I have a ticket stub from the Stanley Cup Final in Nashville, and I'm not sure where it is. Oh, you know, I do know where it is. It's at the STPN studios. EB gifted 5 STPN memberships. Thank you. How about I give you a story time from my first ever Stanley Cup Final game? 2016 Pittsburgh. What a lot of people forget about that series is every single expert in the States, maybe Canada as well, but I know the States for sure. Every single expert picked the San Jose Sharks to win that Stanley Cup Final. I was invited there by Mike Darnay, who was a Penguins blogger. He's now a photographer out of Pittsburgh, or rather out of Pennsylvania. I think he's in Pittsburgh proper, but he might be just outside of it. When the Penguins scored, I think I was one of the only neutral fans there. I was wearing a Penguins shirt. Like for that day, I was an honorary Penguins fan. But when the Penguins scored, I felt like I was swallowed whole by the building. But the pop. You've been to games. You might have seen a playoff game in person and seen a crazy goal. You might have been to an overtime game in person and seen a crazy goal. You might have been to a playoff overtime game and seen a crazy goal. Until you've seen a pop in a Stanley Cup Final, and this was game 1. Until you've seen a Stanley Cup Final pop, you haven't seen it. And that game, by the way, was the famous Benino game. But I saw it in person, so I didn't hear it on the broadcast. And what was really cool is after the game, fans are, filing outside of the building, and they're all passing their phones to each other. because they're seeing the Benino clip for the first time. So I thought that was really cool. I'm going to read a few super chats, and then I want to get to this Linus Ullmark stuff because so many people have been asking for it. Renatmon, Vladdy just hit a 471-foot home run, longest of his career. Oh, my God. Rick Robitaille, thank you for that. WNDRGR is now an SDP VIP. Let's go. Mountain Man of the East, I would like to see the Panthers win. It would grow the sport down there. Even though the Oilers winning would be a great arc. Yeah, winning the I can't lie. Yeah, winning the cup would be big down there. But like, isn't that a thing for the Lightning as well? I guess there's Florida's a big place. Vendetta. A guy came into a bar. Wait, no, it was a horse. Guy came into a horse. Oh no. Duke Ding Ding. Steve, that's around the time I started watching. You were a Pens blog loyalist. Well, there you go. Talents here. Funny thing about an Oilers win is that if you have a golden opportunity to make it about the Leafs, since they were the last ones to win like that, you're damn right. Goofy Goober. I know they're not great, but Vladdy just hit a 700 or sorry, 400. 700 would be crazy. 474. A big home run over the Green Monster in Boston. You're watching during intermission. Wes Richard, Steve, have you had a chance to listen to Electric Callboy yet? They have been my favorite band since I discovered them a few years ago. I haven't had a chance. I don't get to have a life until after the series. Wes Richard gifted 5 STPM memberships. Thank you. I was at the sanction goal. Oh, I think you meant stanchion goal for Vancouver. That was against the San Jose Sharks. So here we are in the middle of this stream talking about game 7, rather, of the Stanley Cup Final between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. But moments before this game began, this historic game began, we got a huge trade in the NHL, a huge trade within the Eastern Conference, and a huge trade within the Atlantic Division. The trade is as follows. The Ottawa Senators acquire Linus Ullmark from the Boston Bruins in exchange for Joonas Korpisalo, 25% retained. Korpisalo, I believe, just played his first season with the Ottawa Senators, and they're already trading him and retaining on him. Mark Kastelik, big bruising depth forward for them, and a first-round pick that is the 25th overall pick. Is that the 25th overall pick this year? Producer Drew? I believe it is. Yes, it is. So here's the thing. It's next year? Oh, they would. Yeah, you're right. They wouldn't know it was 25th if it was next year. So here's the thing. That's not awesome. It could be worse. Could be better. I'm not sure I understand it for either team, if I'm going to be totally honest. I do understand it for the Ottawa Senators. Listen, they're getting Linus Ullmark, who won the Vezina just 2 years ago on a Boston Bruins team that won 65 games. Here's the thing with Linus Ullmark. You can't say with him, oh, well, that was all well and good with the Boston Bruins. Sure, he can win all those games with the Boston Bruins. How's he going to be able to do it with the Ottawa Senators? Well, the whole reason Linus Ullmark is a Bruin in the first place is because he was doing incredibly on the Buffalo Sabres, and the Sabres were in a state of perennial rebuild. And so they sent Ullmark, who was performing extremely well, all the way over to the Boston Bruins. He had a lot of success there. The problem, or rather, it was pretty good for them at the time. The problem was that the Boston Bruins had this kid from Alaska named Jeremy Swayman, who was the next big thing. He was incredible for them as a backup. This past year, he was incredible for them as a tandem guy who then took over as the undisputed starter. He's still one of the best goaltenders to have played in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now, what the Boston Bruins get is the 25th overall pick, which is sort of a first rounder. It's a first rounder in that the pick lands in the first round, but it is not deep it is not in a good spot in the first round. If you were a pessimist, you could argue that it is a glorified second rounder. What it actually is the 25th overall pick. I'm not sure what you want to do with that as a Bruins fan. I think I might prefer to flip that pick for something else. And as for Mark Kastelik, big, mean. Sounds like a Boston Bruin to me. Sounds like a Boston Bruin to me. I think they'll be keeping him. I think he'll be a jerk for them for a while in what is a nasty and competitive division. Why did this deal happen now? Here's the problem. It is June 24th. This is the day of Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. This was always a possibility. We talked about it on the podcast for a long time that this was a possibility. The buyout window, if I'm not mistaken, opens tomorrow. So teams are going to be able to buy out players tomorrow. And I think there is going to be an unbelievable amount of activity tomorrow, the next day, and the next. Then on the 28th, it's the draft. That's going to be ridiculous too. If you want to do business at the draft, you need to have your ducks in a row now. You're going to have to make little moves, big moves, whatever moves you need to make in order to make your draft plans work now, immediately, as soon as the Stanley Cup Final ends. And what the Boston Bruins and the Ottawa Senators did was they said, nuts to that. We're not doing any of that. We don't care. Screw your game. We're not in it. Let's make the trade now. So they made the trade official online something like 20 minutes before the pregame began for this broadcast. What do the Ottawa Senators get? Immediately, they get a Vezina winning goalie. They improve in net. Joonas Korpisalo shows flashes of brilliance. I think he's far better suited to be a backup goalie, and I think he'll be a decent one for the Boston Bruins, especially with Swayman there carrying the load. Here's Ullmark's stat. In his career, he is a .919 save percentage. And keep in mind, he played with the Buffalo Sabres for a decent chunk of his career. This past season, 22 wins, 2 shutouts, a .915 save percentage, which doesn't sound that incredible if you go back a few years. But stats, save percentage, have been dropping for years and years and years. If you have a goalie who's around a .905, you have someone who's in and around league average. So a .915 is really, really solid. And a career .919 is really, really solid. So if Anton Forsberg returns to form for the Ottawa Senators and they have Linus Ullmark, that's a really, really solid tandem for them. And as for the Boston Bruins, I don't necessarily think you got weaker. That's what I need Bruins fans to understand. Is your goaltending tandem as bad as it could be? No. Is it as good as it was? Definitely not. But Korpisalo, I think, in a reduced role is going to be good for them. He's going to be better than you think. You get Kastelik, who already sounds like a Bruin. And now you have this bullet, this 25th overall pick that you could do something with. And it's the Boston Bruins. They typically do good things with their assets, unless, of course, they have 3 consecutive first round picks, then they're going to screw it up. Justin Fisher sent a poll live during this. 1,300 of you voted on it. Who do you think? What do you think of the Linus Ullmark trade? 49% of you said Ottawa wins the trade. Holy Toledo. Boston wins the trade. Only 14%. Both teams win 15%. And losers all around 22%. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Linus Ullmark is an Ottawa Senator. There you go, Drew. Shot one live for you. Clip it. I'm not actually leaving anywhere. I just had to put a bookend on the video. How many super chats did I miss? Not too much. Okay, good. Spess says, I'm a Toronto sports fan living in New Hampshire. Any advice for the Jays Sox game? I'm going to Wednesday. Yeah. Have some beers and a hot dog. Oh, like you're visiting Toronto? Oh no, I was right. Yeah, year and a half. And we got phone. Ba 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 ba. Hey, A B C D. Okay, good. Doug Leafan says, does Brad get to be at the entire draft? Yes, he does this time. And Jean-Sebastien Roy says, can't believe the Leafs couldn't offer something to get Ullmark. Oh, Susie Zoom in the chat is asking what my favorite goalie mask is. Potvin. Felix Potvin. It's a classic. Absolute classic. It's my favorite ever. Oh, baby. Yeah, so the question about the Leafs offering something for Ullmark is valid, I guess, because the Bruins offered the 25th pick. The Leafs have the 23rd pick. And they could have easily offered. Well, see, here's the thing. I don't think people appreciate how much part of this deal is Joonas Korpisalo. You're looking at this like, oh, Korpisalo sucks. Like, dude, the Bruins are getting a divisional rival to retain on a goalie that they're giving them, who does have some track record of success. If you're the Bruins, you are justifiably cocky enough to believe that you can make a reclamation project out of this guy. So the Leafs could offer the 23rd pick instead of the 25th. Great. Who's the Korpisalo they're offering up? Martin Jones is a UFA, and also he's not as good. You can't use him as often as you can use Korpisalo. You're not trading Wool. Ilya Samsonov is a free agent, and also they don't want him. So I understand what you're saying, but like the Bruins decided they need a goalie. Even though they signed Brandon Busey to a contract extension today, they have a crowded crease. Paul Maurice saying, I need to win one. You ain't kidding. Second period. Bill Zito might fight someone if they lose, Drew. Almost back here for the second period. Matt Gould. If Jesse Blake's prediction is correct, we are looking at 2 penalties in the middle period. Go Oilers. If my prediction is correct, there will be a penalty against the Edmonton Oilers in this period, and that is it. Goofy Goober. Steve, how do you feel about Scotland being out of the Euros and Italy moving on after scoring in the literal final minute? So I didn't see the Italy one. I will say that I made my 9-year-old niece cry, or 9-month-old niece cry. We all did, my brother-in-law and father-in-law, because we yelled when Scotland missed an opportunity about 8 minutes into injury time. It was more silent heartbreak when Hungary scored. Sam Bennett beats out the icing. He throws it in front. No, Panther picks it up. Montour stops it at the line. Tipped on from Tkachuk and stopped by Stuart Skinner. Less than 30 seconds into the second period. The shots are now 9-6 for the Panthers. Italy scored in the 99th minute to score on, or to move on. Wow. I had a packet of fruit snacks I was going to eat at intermission, but I didn't get to because of my Ullmark reaction. Drew, are you actually going to clip that? Obviously not right now. Rob's already clipped it. Oh, let's go. Robert Malloy. Tarasenko into the corner. Oh, in front. Where is it? Oilers are breaking it out. Connor Brown. Justin Bourne with a fascinating thread on Twitter today, looking at some of the speed stats with Connor Brown. He is one of the fastest players in these playoffs after being very mediocre in that department during the regular season. Oh, Lindell knocked down to the ice. I think that was Darnell Nurse, and he's keeping him there too. Oilers bullying the Panthers in their own end. Lusterinen, oh my God, everyone is in there. Broberg comes out with it. Airmails it. Nurse has to shovel it in as the Oilers go for a big change here. Panthers in their own end with it. 6,500 of you in here, over 2,000 likes. Click like, please. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Panthers send it in deep. Stuart Skinner out of his net to play it. Panthers can't pick it off. That was perfect from Stuart Skinner. Might be too perfect. This might be ice. No, it is not. Aaron Ekblad with it. New rule. If a goalie does it, it's never icing. Encourage them to leave the net. That'll generate more offense. Shot from Evan Bouchard. That goes up and over Sergei Bobrovsky. Oh, McDavid, what a move! Oh, on the backhand, stopped by the blocker of Bobrovsky. What a move. Superstar stuff. Ekholm over to Bouchard. Bouchard doesn't make it through. Verhaeghe. Oh, miscommunication between Verhaeghe and Forsling. Panthers do get it out. And that goes into the bench, I think, as we get a whistle here. Holy Toledo. I have a lot of texts in my phone from friends who I love dearly who don't know what I do for a living. So Elliot Friedman said on Intermission that Linus Ullmark has already told the Senators he's not interested in discussing an extension and he wants to go to free agency. So that's a rental price. Man, Ottawa just continues this just trying to figure it out on the fly stuff, and it has not worked out for them. We'll see how this one goes. Mikkola up to Kyle Okposo, who's got Brett Kulak on him. Tries to go around. He's behind the net. Oilers have done a decent job driving the aggressive Panthers behind their net when they attack. Panthers have had a lot of O-zone time so far tonight, but largely in non-dangerous spots. Evan Rodriguez to Mikkola, who's been extremely active in this game so far. Stopped by Skinner. Rodriguez digging for it. Oh, Panthers cause a turnover. Shot on Skinner. Rebound. Skinner knocked over by Rodriguez. A collision. I think we're going to get a penalty here. And who's it going to go against? They're calling Tkachuk on a trip. He's saying I fell. The refs do not like Matthew Tkachuk. That diving call the other night in the Stanley Cup Final, I'm like, yeah, they hate this guy. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get the replay here. I thought the call was on Rodriguez. All right, Tkachuk. No way! He falls down and curls into a ball. So, wow. Oh, wait, no, the Oilers got the first penalty. Oh, so I was right. One penalty each. And here we go. I think that'll be the last penalty of the game. Cassie, you don't need to know, says, who's your current Conn Smythe picks for each team? Barkov and McDavid. Ref, you suck chance raining down in Sunrise. Oilers power play goes to work. Draisaitl. McDavid almost finds Nugent Hopkins. Boosh bomb! Doesn't make it through. Forsling's stick shatters into a million pieces. Stenlund gives Forsling his stick. Stenlund has the best opportunity to get to the bench and get a new stick. Stenlund attacking the point. You got to go get a stick, bud. Go get a stick. Go get a stick. You're useless right now. Shot from Bush. Stenlund goes to block it. Bush. Oh! Ekblad almost puts it in his own net. Panthers still can't clear it. There's still a minute 15 to go in this Oilers power play. Rennett Monson, game management. Bouchard. McDavid. Oh! Draisaitl in the rockstar spot. Bouchard fakes the shot. McDavid to Bouchard. Bouchard down low to Draisaitl. Up to McDavid. To Draisaitl in the rockstar spot. And his shot doesn't get through. Stenlund can't clear it. You gotta go get a stick, Kevin. Did he get a stick slashed in half? No, that was he's had a broken stick for a while. And you know what? I'm pretty sure Forsling is using a wrong-sided stick. Stopped by Bobrovsky and covered up with 35 seconds to go in this power play. 15-13 to go in the second period. 6,900 people in the chat. 2-3 Plaster. If he goes to free agency, what are the odds for the Leafs? I mean, hopefully Joseph Woll's just incredible and they don't need him. But we have a game in front of us right now. Draisaitl whiffed on his opportunity in the Rockstar spot. And I was right. Forsling was using a wrong-sided stick there. Now, Florida has a face-off in their own end. 4 guys with sticks this time. Barkov taking on Connor McDavid in the face-off dot. Barkov wins it clean. I think they all thought they were going to retake that face-off. That was a strange reaction. Panthers throw it down the ice. Now there's less than 30 seconds to go in this Oilers power play. Evan Bouchard with 20 seconds to go drops it for McDavid, who flies in, cuts through the Panthers like a hot knife through butter. Draisaitl to Bouchard. Bouchard down low to Nugent Hopkins in front. Hyman can't get the tip, and that is exactly what they were going for. McDavid. Shot by Bouchard, stopped by Bobrovsky, and some pushing and shoving after the whistle. The Panthers kill off that penalty. 3 shots on goal officially for the Edmonton Oilers on that power play, but none of them find their way past Sergei Bobrovsky, so the game remains tied at 1s. Alan Fraze, what does it do for the morale of a team when you trade for a goalie and the first thing he says is, but I want out ASAP? If you're the Sens, it's got to be devastating because, like, isn't this just goalie DeBrincat? Like, isn't this exactly how that went? Tile Reseller, great commentary. Thank you very much. Face-off in the Panthers zone. They don't know where the puck is. Panthers. That'll go offside. 14:31 to go in the second period. Should get a face-off just outside the Panthers zone. You know who wins? You know who wins? My posture. Because I won't be leaning into a microphone for 3 hours at a time anymore. You see me doing this. Stretching all the things that need stretching. Sam Bennett with the puck in his own end. He'll try to get out with speed. He's got to pass it off, but it works. Down low to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe, good moves. Can't find a friend, though. Oilers break it out of their own zone. Can't quite get it to Connor Brown or Matthias Janmark. That is an icing call against the Florida Panthers. Evan Rodriguez not happy with it. Neither is that guy banging on the glass. 14:07. 14:07 to go in the second period. Producer Drew saying, we got to get you a stand-up desk. Bro, I'll take the bad posture. I did stand that whole Boston Pizza show, so I can do it. Trivia. Last time the Bruins had the 25th overall pick was 2014. Who was it? David Pastrnak? No, the 3 picks back-to-back was 2016, I think. I don't know. Whoa! Cassie with another 50-piece. Where did that come from? You generous something or other. Thank you. If you got gifted an SDP VIP membership by Cassie, thank her. McDavid, Hyman, and Draisaitl all on the ice at the same time for the Edmonton Oilers right now for the O-zone draw, and the Oilers come up at the puck. McDavid in front! Whoa, covered up by Draisaitl, and there will be another draw in the Panthers' end, I think, on the other side of the ice, as we actually head to a TV time out right now. I'm Steve Dangle. This is the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Jordan Saylor in the chat, trying to watch both Monday Night Raw and the Stanley Cup Final. It's tough. Oh, yeah, it's Monday. I was right. It was David Pastrnak. Let's go. Don't ever doubt me. Don't ever doubt me. I do this. I do this. Whoa. Do Brugger's postural exercise. Source: I'm a sports massage therapist. It'll help that back. I got to look that up. My back, by the way, is in way better shape than it was a few years ago. So thank you for that. We're in TV timeout right now. If you're wondering why I'm not talking about the game, that's because the game's not on. It will be in a second once they stop showing commercials for the Hockey Hall of Fame. RGM is now an STP VIP. If you want to become a member of this YouTube channel, bottom right-hand corner of the chat, the little $sign there, you can become an STP VIP yourself. You can upgrade your STP VIP to ad-free. Hey, if someone gifted you a membership, it'll expire in a month. Extend it. Extend it because I like you. Cassie said, I'm hoarding new members like a dragon at this point. You know what? You're welcome to keep doing it. Looks like we're coming back. We're coming back to watch the second period here of Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. On the broadcast right now, they're showing a watch party in Newmarket, Ontario for Connor McDavid, his hometown. They're showing his parents on the broadcast. Dave Glatz, that's because Cassie is the best and she needs an emoji. Does she own the SDPN yet or not? Cassie, you're the best, by the way. She probably could. Instead of getting all these memberships, she could have just like bought a stake in the company. Yeah, her dollar sign should be in them. Her emoji should be a $sign with a C. That's very funny, Drew. 13:45 to go in the second period. We are back. Panthers with it in their own zone, and they break it out. They try to go cross ice, swatted away by Nurse. Here come the Oilers on the counterattack. Corey Perry playing in his umpteenth Game 7. Steve, you working tomorrow or take the day off with pay? I am podcasting tomorrow. We got a whistle here. Doug Hallidan gifted 1 SDPN membership. Let's go. They all count. You made someone's day. You made someone's month because they get access to all our VIP episodes. Do, 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 do. We're playing Kendrick in Sunrise. The Guelph Subdivision Rail Fan and Trucks. Welcome to STP VIP. Face off in the Panthers zone. Oilers come up with it. Fogle right off the draw. Stopped by the blocker of Sergei Bobrovsky. Wow, wow, wow. There's an Oilers fan who's been a fan for a long time. Did you see that guy in the stands? That was an Alish Hemsky jersey. Oilers break it out clean. Rather, Panthers, sorry. Matthew Tkachuk after it now that he's not in the box anymore. Stopped by Stuart Skinner. Draisaitl into his own corner to grab the puck. He'll skate it out himself instead of deferring. And it's working so far. Dylan Holloway can't get it through. Blocked by Nico Mikkola. Warren Fogle and Brett Kulak switch. Kulak into the offensive corner. Draisaitl. If I had to wager, will there be another penalty? I would put my money on no. Carter Verhaeghe tries to create an opportunity for Sam Reinhart. It might have worked. Reinhart gets it to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe puts it on. Oh, that was sneaky. That was a sneaky one. Almost made its way under Stuart Skinner's glove, but he stops it. 12:26 to go in the second period. Tyler Durden. If the Oilers win, does Campbell get on the cup? I don't know if he meets the requirements. He'll hoist the thing. I think the Oilers would, but like he doesn't meet the requirements. And Cassie, you don't need to know, gifted another 50-piece. She's emptying the tank on the final game of the season. You are my favorite traveling X-ray technician, Cassie. Just know that. $. Adam Henrique and Anton Lundell are about to have a face-off here in the Oilers zone to the left of Stuart Skinner. Now, Adam Henrique against Lusterinen. Henrique wins clean. Panthers have to avoid the hand pass, so Henrique will be able to dump it in clean. Kulikov up the half wall. Panthers can't get out of their own zone. Oilers with an opportunity to make some noise here. Broberg. Shifty. Lindell chasing him. Henrique puts it on. Doesn't make its way through. Oilers continue to put pressure on the Panthers here. Panthers still can't get the thing. There's Connor Brown digging at Kulikov. Lundell out there. Janmark trying to make his life harder, and he does. McDavid is now out there. Oilers hold the zone again. Bouchard is now out there. This is masterful stuff from the Oilers. Ekholm is out there. The Oilers have basically got a wholesale change, and the Panthers have got to be nearing exhausted. Oilers approaching a minute of offensive zone time consecutively here. Luster-Eden. Oh, Oilers still hold the zone. Oh, Ekholm. Hyman. I don't think the Panthers have changed a single player. Hyman to the point. Oilers running them absolutely ragged. McDavid falls down, gets right back up to Nuge. Hyman behind the net. He falls. Luster-Eden falls on him. Ekholm bombs it. Gloved by Sergei Bobrovsky. No goal for the Edmonton Oilers there, but a masterful over 90-second shift in the offensive zone for the Edmonton Oilers. From Rennet Mon, Cassie, you are a legend. Couldn't agree more. Rennet Mon, who's been here for every stream I can think of. Cassie, I'm rooting for at least 4 overtimes for Steve's sake. Drew, you'll break your computer? He said that before I even got to the sentence. Patrick Batty, it's been a pretty clean game so far. Go Oil. Oilers, with the offensive zone draw, Panthers whack it back to themselves. Ekblad up the ice to Barkov, who will chip it in, and he'll battle with Brett Kulak. Barkov takes it off him clean. Ekblad with it at the point. Puts it on! Tip! I don't know if that was stopped by Skinner or not, but it's not in the back of the net. Sam Reinhart being chased by Cody Ceci. Ceci takes him down. And now the Oilers come up with it. They'll break out, and it's with speed. Kulak drops it for Corey Perry. Perry at the blue line. Does a good job walking the line. Ekholm with it. Into the corner. Behind the net. McLeod loses it. Panthers get it out. And here comes Ekblad attacking 2-on-2. Rings it around. Got Reinhart with him. Reinhart looking for a change. Evan Bouchard comes up with it in his own end. Gives it to Ekholm. Ekholm skates around his man, turns it over. Panthers coming back the other way. Back and forth action here. Rodriguez puts it on. It doesn't get through. Yes, it does. Oh, they try for the wraparound, and the puck just comes off their stick. They had a wide open net. Stuart Skinner had no idea where that puck was. Bennett. Stripped by Fogle. McDavid gets it out to Bouchard, who breaches the offensive zone now. A little over halfway through the second period and perhaps the game. Tkachuk dumps it in. Both teams are so hard on the forecheck. Oh boy, Nurse takes down his man. They're not calling that. I'm liking my no more penalties prediction. Stenlund with a stick this time. Into the corner. Lomberg takes on Nurse. Okposo to Lomberg. Lomberg looking for help. Rings it around. Okposo, he's got Stenlund in front. Battling with Nurse. Those are two big fellas. On! That doesn't make its way into the net. Stenlund, good little play there with his stick. Tries to go short side there on Stuart Skinner. Doesn't work. Stenlund trying to take the puck off Adam Henrique. Doesn't work. Here comes Broberg now. Broberg into the glove of Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who has the puck in his own end. Jacoby Jones, I think Cassie gave me a membership, so thanks, Cassie. Good for you for thanking them. Cassie, you don't need to know, the goddess of SDPN. That's not an official position at this company, but Panthers with a big wave of pressure here. Little over 8 minutes to go in the second period. But now it's Janmark canceling out the icing, battling with Aaron Ekblad. Oilers, Derek Ryan to the point. Kulak, Ceci, on! That goes wide. Brown to the point again. Kulak, down low to Brown, who comes up to the point. Oilers will try to change, and they do. Dylan Holloway is out there. Gets the puck from Leon Draisaitl. Holloway around for Draisaitl. Good play from the kid. Oh, Bouchard, Draisaitl. Oilers have something cooking here. He puts it on, and it's blocked in front. Corey Perry was mucking it up in front of the net. Holloway trying to create some space for himself here. Gets it to Ekholm. Bouchard. Chaos in front of the Panthers net. Bouchard passes it to his friend who's changing. There hasn't been a whistle in 4 minutes, producer Drew says. I believe you. Oh, Panthers can't get out of their zone. That's a clear trip on Zach Hyman. They don't call it. 7 minutes to go in the second period here. Panthers hemmed in again. They finally get it out. Bouchard says, nope. You're locked in here with me. Forsling giving chase to Zach Hyman. Staples him. Nugent Hopkins battling with Barkov. McDavid in there too. Panthers airmail it. Oh, might be an opportunity here. Being chased. Luostarinen might come up with it here. He's given Ekholm a lot of trouble. Ekholm's been out there for a while too. Tarasenko rings it around. Brandon Montour is going to have to pinch to go get it. Tarasenko. Oilers have a few guys who have been out here for a little bit. This could be dangerous. Panthers scamper back to get it. Oilers will make their necessary changes, but the Panthers still have it. Chipped into the Oilers zone, chipped right back out. Tarasenko dumps it into the Oilers zone. Ekholm dumps it right back out. Connor Brown to Bouchard. To Nugent Hopkins, who breaches the Panthers line. Oh, shovels it on. Blocked away by Sergei Bobrovsky. Here comes Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez just took the stick out of Connor Brown's hand. Like, grabbed it and yeeted it. Kulikov to Montour. Over 5 minutes now without a whistle. Bennett. Oh, handled trickily by Skinner. Panthers with a chance at a rebound here and a chance at a goal. Rodriguez battling with Henrique. Foegele can't get it out. He finally gets it to Broberg, who sends it down to the Florida blue line where Dylan Holloway is battling. Foegele heads to the net immediately. Holloway around for Foegele from his back. Reinhart can't clear the zone. Oilers, it's on the goal line. And Kulikov, I don't even think he knew where the puck was, hits it off the goal line. And now the Panthers on the counterattack. Sam Reinhart shoots and he scores. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable turn of events. Sam Reinhart with the snipe under 5 minutes to go in the second period. The Oilers inches away from taking the lead, and the Panthers take it right back 2-1 late in the second period here in Game 7. Pretend I didn't screw up that call and it was just lag. Foegele. Oh! Kulikov has his stick caught up in his body, and now Drew is saying it wasn't offside. Oh my God, it might be. It might be. And it's this line again. Oh, baby. We'll have to see. Next Leaf jersey will have to be Cassie with a 50 on the back. It's been a... Refs have become fans with the best seats. It doesn't look like they're going to review it. About to make a penalty for too many sticks on the ice is Michael Barry. Oh, guys, please don't jinx the multiple OTs. I closed work last night and opened this morning. I need sleep. You chose to be a hockey fan. No one asked for this. You're right, Drew. We got to break the record for overtimes. The only penalty they'll call is delay of game from Renetmon, and Michael Barry gifted an SDPN membership. And thank you to Ralph. The Florida Panthers. Oh, baby, Stenlund dangled the jock off of Stuart Skinner. He almost scored a nasty goal. Did Sam Reinhart just score the Stanley Cup winning goal? The Oilers have to tie this thing if they want to keep their cup dreams alive. Perry around to Brett Kulak. Corey Perry attacking 1-on-4, stripped to the puck. Kulikov with just his second assist of the playoffs on that goal. And we got an icing. The Oilers are now plus 250 on 888 Canada and 888 Sport. Just under 4 minutes to go in this game. Sam Reinhart. Not a bad way to head into free agency if this ends up being the cup winning goal. It was icing. That's why they didn't go to break. Next whistle, if it's not icing, I think they'll go to break. Panthers off the glass and out. Bouchard with it. Over 8,000 of you in here now. Welcome. Click like, because it only takes a second and it's free. Click subscribe, tell all your friends. Here's McDavid. Gives it to Draisaitl. Goes wide, and that'll go up into the netting. Holy Toledo, we got a whistle. Is this going to be a TV timeout? Yeah, I believe it is. They got the music playing. This stream is brought to you by 888 Canada. It's easy to see why 888 Casino and 888 Sports are the top choices for online casino games and sports betting in Ontario. 888 Casino has an amazing variety of slots, and 888 Sport offers so many different betting options that they'll definitely have something you love. Plus, I'm super excited to announce that Jesse Blake, Ashley Docking, and I have teamed up with 888 Canada for a fun new YouTube project. We're diving into 888 Casino's huge slot selection and taking on one another in trivia battles with punishments. There might be a tattoo right above the bum. There might be a pie in the face that leads to your shirt getting covered in dairy products, and then you put it in a plastic bag in your car, and then you forget about it, and then it bakes in your car for several days. Not that I know from experience. On top of that, you can now help us with punishments on the next set of games. Leave a comment on our Leafs 888 Canada video featuring myself, and let us know what punishments we should endure next. Head over to 888 Canada's YouTube channel by clicking the link in the description below and subscribe so you don't miss out. Aaron Hempel, can someone, Steve's, call next to the EP? Okay, I think what you meant to say was, can someone put Steve's call next to the ESPN call? ESPN's announcers have checked out long ago. They can't wait for this to be over. Everyone's been complaining about the ESPN commentators, and I'm not copping out here. I don't know how good or bad they've been because I haven't been watching any of the American broadcasts. I've been watching the Canadian ones. And also I've been streaming myself. I have the game audio on. I'm mostly concentrating on what I'm seeing and what I'm going to say next. Sometimes Chris Cuthbert will say something and it'll help. What was that, Drew? Yeah, I have Sportsnet on. I don't hear any ESPN. Adam said, hey, Steve, cheers to another hockey season. It ain't done yet. Ain't done yet. 3:26 to go in the second period. Face-off in the Panther zone. Oilers win it back clean. Bouchard's shot is blocked. McDavid won that back clean to Bouchard, but it's Verhaeghe who advances it out to Sam Reinhart, who might have just scored the Stanley Cup winning goal. We have a little over 23 minutes to go in this game. And maybe more. Forsling up the boards. Bouchard, this won't be icing. Verhaeghe can't take it off him. Ekholm is going to try to advance this up the ice. He does it slowly with Bouchard, whose pass is off the mark. Ekblad up the ice. Airmailed. Oilers get it in their own zone, and they'll send it right back the other way. Warren Foegele chasing after it. He'll beat Ekblad to the puck by a wide margin. Oh, boy! Oilers! They keep it at the blue line. Broberg. He's looking for help. He holds on to it. He throws it on net, but it is deflected out. He loses the zone, and the Panthers come up with it. Cassie says YouTube has said no more donations, boo and hiss. I agree. Over 8,000 people in the chat. Play. Whoa! Big hit on Janmark from Lusterinen. The Panthers can smell the cup now. 2 minutes to go in the second period. That won't be icing on the Oilers. So the Panthers are going to have to figure this out on their own. Montour up the ice. If you do anything, click like, please, on this video. It helps us out. It's free, and it takes you a second. Kulak advances the puck into the Florida Panthers' end. Oh, Janmark cuts it off. He's got an opportunity here. Tries to get it to the point. Verhaeghe picks it off, and now the Panthers will try to counterattack with speed. That's broken up by the Oilers, but now here comes Barkov. Barkov drops it to Kulikov at the point. Kulikov puts it on. That is gloved easily by Stuart Skinner. 84 seconds to go in the second period. And we're going to have to get another TV timeout here. What do you... The total on 888 Sport right now is 5.5 goals. Would you go over or under? I'm hitting under. Because the Oilers could win this game and it would still hit the under. The Panthers could surrender this lead and still win the game, and it would still be the under. That might come down to empty net goals. So I would take the under if I were to bet on that on 888 Sports. Damon Edwards, who do you think the Leafs need to draft? I actually wouldn't mind them trading up this year because there's a number of really good defensemen, especially D-men who shoot right. They have the 23rd pick, so it's within reason that they could. I just, in some of the mock drafts that I've seen and what I've read about the prospects, I just think a lot of the really good ones are going to be gone by 23. If they can move up, it'd be great, but they also don't have a second or a third. So I could see if their guy's not there at 23, they trade back and they'd be justified. Cassie, I will use Alex's account. I will never be stopped. I will never stop you. Absolutely unbelievable. Game 7 here, 2024 Stanley Cup Final. The Florida Panthers had this series in a stranglehold, up 3-0. The Oilers demolished them for 3 straight games to force Game 7. And now here we are. The Panthers are up 2-1 late, very late in the second period. Count Zrathnok. Cassie is the best SDPN member. Thank you so much. And D409, no horse in this race and need to be up super early. Here's to the best team. SDPN, let's go. Love that. Ryan McLeod. Oh, I thought he beat that out. They're going to call that icing with 1:16 to go in the second period. The Panthers will go all the way down to the other end of the ice for the offensive zone draw. Alex Miller, also known as Cassie's alter ego, gifts another 50-piece. 50 memberships. If you got gifted a membership to become an SDP VIP, please thank Cassie and Alex. Tails says, Sir Dangle, do you think McDavid gets a point tonight? I'll be surprised if he doesn't, and he doesn't have one yet. Verhaeghe had 2 points in the series coming into tonight. Already has a goal and an assist. Thank you, Drew, for that stat. 1:08 to go here in the second. Rodriguez battling with Evan Bouchard. Rodriguez shovels it in front. Mikkola comes up with it. He'll ring it around for Rodriguez. Bennett abandons his post in front of the net to help Rodriguez dig it out. There were 3 Oilers back there. Rodriguez goes down. Here comes Bouchard. Bouchard up the ice. Oh, they called that offside. Boy, was that close. Oilers go offside with 47.7 seconds to go in the second period. Drew, there are too many people here in this chat. I will not be taking a break at second period. If you want to go to the bathroom, you go right ahead. Jake Schuster, welcome to SDP VIP ad free. Oilers dump it in deep. 40 seconds to go in the second period here. Nathan Harris said McDavid game-winning goal, calling it right now. Ballsy. Verhaeghe. Bouchard. Oilers try to counterattack here with not much time left, and McDavid has the puck taken off him. Oilers get it back. Hyman. Oh, puck ends up on Bouchard's stick. Shot. Stop. Rebound. Oh, boy. That was a real fortuitous bounce to get on Bouchard's stick. And the Oilers are going to have to chase after it. Is this going to be a late icing against the Panthers? It will be. 6.2 seconds left on the clock, and I wonder if they add time. I think they might. Cassie said, try and stop me, YouTube. That's all tonight. Thank you. And Damon Edwards, there was a question about the Leafs. We're going to save that for intermission. 6.2 seconds. They don't add time. Draisaitl, ozone draw. Can't come up with it. McDavid to the point. Barkov cuts off the pass to Bouchard. They send it down the ice. And are the Florida Panthers 20 minutes away from the franchise's first ever Stanley Cup? Or do the Edmonton Oilers have one more comeback in them? Oh, baby. Hey, over 8,000 of you in the chat. Let us know in the chat, where are you watching from? I'm Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. I'm watching from Ajax, Ontario. Where are you watching from? Let us know. While you answer that, Damon Edwards, I'll get to your question now. I posed this question, Steve. Do you draft a goalie or trust Toronto's goalie room? The Leafs actually have a lot of goalie prospects. If you draft a goalie now, it's not going to help you for years unless you get like the best goalie in the draft. And even then, you're still probably waiting like at least 4 years. So draft a goalie if you want, but they have a number of goalie prospects and a couple of them look pretty good. Dennis Hildeby is one, Artur Akhtimov is another, and they even have more than that. So if there's a goalie in the late rounds, you take them, but you don't draft a goalie because you need a goalie now. You need a goalie now, you trade for him or you sign him. That's what you have to do. Where's everyone watching from? Perth, Australia. I see St. Thomas, Chatham, New Jersey, Denver, Saskatoon. This is updating too quickly to read. Oregon, London, Ontario, Brisbane, Australia, Thornhill, Medicine Hat, Oslo, Norway, Saskatchewan, New Zealand, Newfoundland, Finland, Chester, England, West Islip, New Brunswick, just north of Boston, Berlin, Germany, Westminster, BC, Vegas, Florida, Iceland, Halifax, Edmonton. How you doing? Idaho, Alberta, Montreal, Oshawa, let's go. Guelph, Sweden, Montana, Norway, Strathroy, Mississippi, MISSISSIPPI, Nanaimo, Hamilton, Cornwall, Wawa, another Iceland, Campbellford, Gainesville, Florida, Prague, Czech Republic, Antarctica. I don't believe you, but that'd be cool. Pennsylvania. Someone said, did I see Coconut Grove? Is that a thing? Ottawa, Manila, Moscow, Rio de Janeiro, Albany, New York, Toronto, Sauble Beach, Rosario, Mexico, Jupiter. Holy mackerel. There's a lot of you. Salty Captain, 18 years ago, Tuukka Rask was traded to the Boston Bruins for Andrew Raycroft. Thanks for that. I was having a nice time. Belgos, Cassie, you don't need to know. SDPN Conn Smythe winner, hands down. Absolutely. By the way, watching from Sudbury. Love that for you. Is that the home of the nickel? The big nickel? Dave Glatz, Cassie, you can't go anywhere because you are the goddess of SDPN. You should own Steve by now. LMAO, love you, Steve. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Graham Schultz, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Jordan Saylor, Habs fan from Surrey, BC. So you're from everywhere is what you're saying. Vermont, Palm Beach, Whitby, Japan. Justin Fisher texted me. Artur Akhimov name drop on an Edmonton, Florida Game 7 Stanley Cup live stream. The Leafs are truly the best. Everyone loves the Leafs. Carl Brito, Mitch in the 23rd pick to the Habs for the 5th and Josh Anderson. Yes, no. No! Damon Edwards, last question, Steve. If you trade down for a pick, what round would you go for? It'd be nice to get 2 seconds. You get 2 second rounders and maybe a little something else for the 23rd pick. Could do worse than that. Cassie with no E. Thank you for the disclaimer. Gifted 5 SDPN memberships. Let's go. Raza says, went to game 1. Longtime Panthers fan. 20 more minutes. Let's go, Cats. Mountain Man of the East is now an SDP VIP. We got someone watching from Maine, Galway, Texas. Yeah, Drew, you go do that. Minnesota, Texas, Uranus, Maryland. You followed up Uranus with Maryland. Novacon, who gets the cup first for each team after the captain? Ooh. Okay, McDavid gives it to Draisaitl. I think that's easy. And then you give it to Corey Perry, probably. That's tricky. Barkov, I think, gives it either to Ekblad or Kyle Okposo. So both. So, okay, on the broadcast here, Kelly Rudy is saying Reinhardt's shot was tipped. Even the angle that they showed, I'd have to slow that down. I'm not sure. Beef, since you made fun of Dylan McElrath last year on the pod, he has now won 2 Calder Cups. Go Bears. Some guys find their niche, man. Their niche. Their niche. Their niche. Ian Birds, here from Wisconsin. Historic for whoever wins. It's either the best comeback ever or Florida's first ever cup. Rather, the Florida Panthers' first ever cup. Cassie with no E said, sorry, it's not as much as Cassie. She is the GOAT. I mean, no one beats Cassie. Damn, Novacon asking about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins because he's been an Oiler since. You know what's funny? You're wrong. You said since 2012. They drafted him in 2011. That's a really good answer. They have a few really good candidates. Ekholm. Everyone gets it, right? Everyone gets a turn. I think we put too much stock into that, like who gets the cup and when. I don't care if I'm first or last. Let me hold the cup, baby. Barky Bark. I'm going to translate what they said to make it a little more PG. They're frightened. They're frightened right now. No Number said, Steve, it's scripted. It's over. I tell you what, if the NHL were scripted, they wouldn't have a team in Sunrise, Florida playing against a team in Edmonton. Oh, Tails. Wouldn't Bob get the cup second? He's a longtime vet. He is. Doug Leaf and Nylander to Utah, and you get a 6th and Dickerson. Is that a player? Do they have a guy named Dickerson? Do you know how many Leaf fans would immediately buy a Dickerson jersey? Oh. Jennifer Botterill right now on the broadcast pointing out Draisaitl is not quite pulling off that one-timer the way he usually does. It's worth mentioning that the one-timer he usually pulls off is friggin' impossible. Drew sent this to me. Teams are 13-1 all time in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final when leading through 2 periods. The lone loss was by the 1942 Red Wings versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sound familiar? That would be a crazy parallel if that's what happened to the Oilers. I have 30 unread texts in my phone. No one who I'm friends with knows what I do for a living. Josiah Harrison, Sorrows for Marner, 1-for-1 straight up. Who says no? The Preds. Like, wait. No, the Leafs. Look what teams are getting for like really good goalies. Like Markstrom and Ullmark. They got like a pittance. You're going to give up Mitch Marner for UC Saros? I doubt it. Barky Bark, never felt more alive. Hope you can feel this one day. Oh, God, me too. Me too, brother. Daniel, it is sad that I have more faith in the upcoming coaching staff for the Leafs than the front office. No, it's just smart and accurate. And you're talking about the Leafs. Ali Madge, Hershey Bears won the Calder Cup. Was that seriously going on tonight? That's got to suck for them. Dave Glatt says, Uranus, Steve. I am in your walls. Thank you for that. Shout out to MD Dorado Sr. I'm not sure if you're here in this chat tonight. You sent something really nice to the SDPN offices, leaf paraphernalia and everything. I haven't had a chance to talk about it on the Steve Dangle podcast yet, but in case I forget yet again, thank you very much. It is a beautiful little display. It's actually huge. We're going to find somewhere in the office to hang it up. So here's what I'm going up against. I am, as you can see on my wall, somewhat of a maximalist. I like to have a big old bunch of stuff on the wall. Adam and Jesse hate that, Adam especially. So we have all this stuff that I want to hang up, and they're like, meh. So I'm thinking one day I'm just going to hang shit up. And if they get upset, I don't give a damn. Mike Schmidt with another 50 piece. He gifted 50 memberships earlier tonight. Now he does it again. If you just got an SDP VIP membership from Mike Schmidt, you thank him. Mike is awesome. He's always donating to Easter Seals as well whenever I'm begging everyone for money. Every year around October, November. We're almost at 3,000 likes. Can you get us there? It's free and it takes a second. Oh, producer Drew's back. How was it, bud? Got it. Barky Bark. Does McDavid win the Conn Smythe without a point tonight? Yeah. Oh, like if they lose? Yeah. Still, yeah. I mean, not having a point in game 6 or 7, that is going to hurt his case in some people's eyes. But right now, he has, I'm bringing it up. They're just so dumb. Like, they don't even look real. He has 8 goals and 34 assists for 42 points in 23 games. So if he doesn't get a point, he's how many points back of the all-time record? 3? No. That's it? 40. Drew, what's 47 minus 42? He has 42. He does have 8 goals and 34 assists. That adds up to 42. I wish you all could have heard that. It's all right, Drew. We're dads. Saturdays are made for us. But it's not Saturday. It's what day of the week is it? It's Monday. It's Monday? Sorry, I just got really thrown off because Hockey Night is playing a Billie Eilish song right now, and it's the new one, and I want to know if they know what the song is about. Sorry, Drew. What were you saying? Yeah. Does McDavid get roasted if he gets 0 points in 6 or 7? Yes, he does. Like, listen, if you're a hater, that's good ammo for you. And let's be honest, McDavid hasn't given you much ammo for a long time. He's got 42 points in the playoffs. You got the tweet ready? Producer Drew is like right up there in terms of people who do not want the Oilers to win. He's still bitter about that Avs Oilers series from 2022 that the Avs swept, by the way. Lee Michael, I flipped the bird through my screen to Florida, to the Florida fan who booed while Alanis was singing "Oh Canada." May I please have an honorary Canadian citizenship? You can. Did someone boo during the anthem? I just like imagine sharing an office with that guy. Like, you ever see? This is what I do all the time as a Toronto person who's constantly stuck in traffic. I just see someone act like that, and I'm like, oh, there's no way you're not a nightmare on the road. There's just no way. There's just no way you're not the worst person. You brake check for sure. You 100% brake check. Oh my god. Radio Chaos said, "Could you take Gary Bettman? Could you take Gary Bettman in an arm wrestling match?" I think so, but you know, depends. Like if I've been holding a screaming baby for 90 minutes and I'm tired after, might not be able to do it. 32 Plaster. I'll happily let the Leafs lose for 3 years if the Panthers don't win the cup tonight. Friggin' speak for yourself. What? No, I'm sick of this. How dare you? Willie Kothler. Welcome to STP VIP. Hockey Hall of Fame is going to announce tomorrow. Do Datsuk and Zetterberg go in together? That would be pretty cool. Right, Drew? Longtime Avalanche fan? No, they both suck, right? You love Datsuk and hate Zetterberg. Talk to your therapist about that. I would love to know the deepest depths of that. Mountain Man of the East. Using the last of my apple cans for the dono. Loving the energy. Started watching this season. Glad to find my favorite sport with my favorite host. Oh, thank you for that. That's lovely. And hey, we're over 3,000 likes. Let's go. I'm right about the Billie Eilish song, right? Like, oh, Drew said I've never heard it. What are the words? No, I'm not going to sing it because I think it'll traumatize a lot of people. But it's pretty not subtle. I think it's it's a very sexual song, and sexual songs that get popular, especially on like the radio, often try to be subtle. And Drew said, "Is it worse than WAP?" First of all, you said WAP. Um, um, okay, so that is the least subtle sexual hit ever. But this song it's got to be top 5 in terms of least subtle. It's about when you don't feel like cooking for yourself. So what do? You go to the restaurant. Daniel says, I really hope Utah doesn't take the Outlaws name because if the NHL ever expanded to Houston, the Houston Outlaws would be such a fitting name. Well, they should hurry up and get a team then. Urban Druid gifted 5 SDPN membership. Steve, please save us and don't sing it. Don't worry, I won't. Cassie, trivia. What goalie has the worst save percentage in the Stanley Cup Finals with at least 7 games played? What year? I'm going to say Grant Fuhr, 1984. And he won. And every team has those kinds of fans, says Raza. It doesn't make it right, but it's not exclusive to Florida. No, I wouldn't say that it was. Oh, Florida is 9-0 when leading by 2 in these, or sorry, when leading after 2 in these playoffs. Let's see if they can make it 10. Florida in Edmonton zone. We are back for the third period as Florida 20 minutes away from the Stanley Cup. Stopped by Stuart Skinner. Or can the Oilers tie this thing? Are we seriously lined up for what could be a Game 7 Stanley Cup Final that goes to overtime? Dun, 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 dun. And I left it under Claire. Anyway, Panthers. Oh, Bouchard puts it on. Panthers temporarily clear the rebound. Here's McDavid with it. Nice pass to Ekholm. Ekholm in front. Verhaeghe picks it off, and now he will be the one-man counterattack with 3 Oilers on him. He gets it into the corner. Ekholm in his own end now. Up to their own blue line. The Oilers, narrowly avoid the too many men call. Tkachuk goes to check Holloway and wrecks himself. Tkachuk over to Sam Bennett. Bennett! Oh, he went for the clap bomb top corner and he missed high and wide. Panthers in the offensive zone still. Rodriguez spins it around. Bennett in there. Mikkola in there. Mikkola and Holloway battling as the Oilers go up the ice. Cody Ceci, Mr. Game 7 himself, up the ice and around. Loud Skinner chants. Ceci and Rodriguez collide. Oilers hold the blue line. Panthers mostly pinning it to the boards, and they will yeet it out of the zone. Here come the Oilers. Montour gets it right back. Panthers were too bunched up there, though. Foegele! Oh, he had Corey Perry. Almost sent him on a breakaway. He just couldn't connect with the pass. And now here goes Kyle Okposo chasing after Darnell Nurse. Lomberg in there before Broberg could get to it. Stenlund and Nurse battling. I love watching those two battle. They're both friggin' huge. Puck goes all the way back down into the Panthers' end, but no icing. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. We're only 3 minutes into the third here. Lots of time for the Oilers to tie this. Lots of time for the Panthers to add to their lead. McLeod picks it off. He goes up the ice, but the Panthers smothering the Oilers defensively. Luostarinen goes down. Is this a penalty or is this offside? High stick call, and I think it's going against Evan Bouchard. Wow. Luostarinen is bleeding. Oh, wow. What happened here? Third period, Game 7 Stanley Cup Final. You should be able to review every call. That shouldn't be an unpopular opinion. So what happened here? They're still not showing it. Corey Perry had a great chance there. Yeah, I mean, it's a high stick. Bouchard for 2. The Panthers get a chance to add to their lead. They win the faceoff. Tarasenko up on this top unit now. Shot! Wow, Panthers wasting no time. A shot just 7 seconds in. Cassie says it was Martin Brodeur in the 2001 Cup Final. 870 save percentage. Next would be Luongo in 2011 with an 891. Bet that's not who you expected. No, it is not. Brandon Cox says if the Cats win, their ECHL Savannah Ghost Pirates will be affiliates of back-to-back Cup champs. They announced Florida affiliate a week ago. That's crazy. Because they were the affiliate for Vegas, and now they're the affiliate for the Panthers. That's crazy. If the Panthers win. Here comes Barkov out of his own end with it. Tarasenko behind the net. Cece and Ekholm trying to keep the puck away from Barkov and Reinhart. Oilers clear it. Exactly 4 minutes gone in the third period here. The Oilers have 2 shorthanded goals in this series. Verhaeghe rings it around. Off the stanchion. Oh, in front. And this will be a 2-on-1 for the Oilers. Oh, Brown! And it's deflected wide. The Panthers caught up to the 2-on-1. And now here they come the other way. Lots of speed here. Rodriguez chased by the Oilers. Lindell with it behind the Oilers net. Rodriguez. 45 seconds to go in this Panthers power play. Second unit out. Shot. That goes wide. Verhaeghe. Behind the net. Sends it behind the net. Shot. That doesn't hit the net. Ekblad shovels it in for Verhaeghe to Lindell all the way around. I think that's Bennett over there. Can't see his number. Montour. Over to Ekblad. Oh, he had a glorious opportunity. He doesn't get all of the puck. 10 seconds to go in this Panthers power play. They've had some good looks. Oh, clear. Oh, Bennett stopped by Skinner, point blank, all alone in front. We got a whistle a little over 5 minutes into the third period, 4 seconds to go in this Panthers power play. Holy. Darth Zaphod said, Steve, thanks for being a creative wordsmith and even-keeled, astute hockey analyst. Oh, my goodness. Everything about SDPN is fantastic. Very grateful to you and to the team for countless hours of YouTube enjoyment. Thank you. Thank you. Like, damn, that's extremely kind. Okay, Derek Ryan. The ref didn't like that face-off. Ryan and Barkov here in the face-off dot in the Oilers' end. One back for the Panthers. They'll have one more chance here. If the Oilers can clear here, it could be very dangerous, and Barkov knew that. That's why he was dogging on that puck. Oilers will get it out to center. That won't be icing. 8,500 of you in the chat now. Welcome. I'm Steve Dangle here. This is the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like. Pretty please. It takes a second, and it's free. We got a whistle. Shots 19-15 for the Florida Panthers. Neither team even at 20 shots yet heading into the third period, just like in Game 6. The Edmonton Oilers 50-50 is at $16 million. Did I see that? No. Oilers 1-1 all time in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. 14-15 to go in the third period. McDavid on the ice with Draisaitl and Hyman. Panthers gain center, dump it down. Stuart Skinner out of his net to play it. That was dangerous. Draisaitl with it. Turned over. Here comes Bennett. Tries to hook it to Tkachuk. Doesn't quite work. Ekholm takes down Bennett. They're not going to call that. Bennett ends up with a puck then. Draisaitl gets the puck at the blue line, hounded by Forsling and knocked to the ice. Windwalker, I want to see you and the hockey guy watch a game together. You're so hyper and he's so chill. Great double act. That is interesting. That wasn't me. That was Chris Johnston. CJ said that the Leafs are worried that if they get rid of Timothy Liljegren, he'll be their Gustav Forsling, like the one who got away. And Drew was like, I can't believe you said that. Just watching him play. Bobrovsky out of the net to play it. Good play there. Lindell. I think Paul Maurice is going to send this line out there plenty. Ooh, nice move. Glove by Bobrovsky. And that'll lead to an O-zone draw, which is a good depth shift for the Oilers. Have I seen the dog that's on the glass, Drew? We're going to a TV timeout, by the way. Like a real dog? Oh, it's on the screen. They're sitting glass side with it. That dog is huge. How is that allowed? Like, I'm glad they got the headphones for it. That can't be comfortable or fun for the dog. That looks like Iggy, like my dog. If Iggy was bigger, like not fixed. And that's like what Iggy would look like if we let his hair get really long. Yeah, imagine you have the seat next to them. You paid like friggin' $3,000 for your seat. And no, I'd be happy. I'd pet the dog all game. Oh, it's a service dog. You're not allowed to touch it. Yeah, you're right. That sucks. That sucks. You know what sucks? I had plans to have these fruit snacks. And the stream has just been too busy. Too busy. He's a famous dog from TikTok named Brody. I might have actually heard of this dog. Does he talk? Like, does he use buttons to talk? I know that's Bunny. Bunny the dog uses buttons to talk. I definitely want to watch like a full Netflix series about that dog. I gotta get buttons for Iggy. I saw a dog that just has one button by the door, and it pushes it, and it's just Dr. Phil's voice going, "Open the door, or I'm gonna throw rocks through your window." That's a button I would get for Iggy. 8,700 of you in the chat. Oof, my own. I wonder if we hit over 10. Maybe late in the period. McDavid talking to his bench. 2 shots on goal from McDavid tonight. 4 attempts. Here we go. Oilers with the ozone draw, and they win it back. They have possession in the ozone. Draisaitl out there with McDavid, and I believe Zach Hyman as well, battling in front. Bouchard puts it on, gloved by Bobrovsky. 12:39 to go in the third period. Producer Drew saying exactly what I was thinking. This line is going to play 7 minutes of the last 12. I think that might be undershooting it. Landon says, give me overtime or give me death, only because I'm not a fan of Florida or Edmonton. What player gets the cup passed to them first after the captain? I think I have changed my answer to Ekblad is Florida is your guess, Drew. I'm going to say Okposo. And for Edmonton, it's either going to be Corey Perry or Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Both are extremely good answers. No, not Henrique is a. I'm going to say Nuge. McDavid to Bouchard, back to McDavid. Panthers get it and they'll clear it. McDavid chases after it in his own end, gives it to Ekholm. McDavid taken down in the neutral zone. He'll get up. Bennett tries to shovel it out, and it works. It's actually knocked into the Panthers bench, and we'll get a face-off here. Dave Glatz, I would pet that dog all game long. I don't care. Yeah, but if the owner tells you not to, you can't. You're not allowed. Tavares would pass it to Riley first. Drew, not everything is about the Leafs, you know? You know? Leaf fans like you make me sick. Nah, yeah, it's true. I am in a blue room. Riley probably gets it first, unless they have some other old guy. 12 minutes to go in the third period as of now. Florida leads Game 7 of the 2024 Stanley Cup Final 2-1. Edmonton can still tie it. Up the ice, Broberg pinching and going after it. Edmonton probably going to cheat a little for offense here coming up. The Panthers haven't had to defend a lead since Game 4. No, that's not even true. Game 3. Isn't that nuts? And here we are in Game 7. They ice the puck, though. 11:38 to go in the third period. And perhaps the game. Oilers have had 3 comeback wins in the 2024 playoffs, 1 in the third period. Hawks says, sad reality, but this is the last game with Adidas jerseys. Ooh, underrated point. Edmonton wins the ozone draw. Ekholm over to Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. Drops it for Draisaitl. Oh, what a move! He's going around. Hyman needs some help in front. He can't be the only guy. Ekholm shoots. That's stopped by Bobrovsky. Lundell. Draisaitl comes up with a shot from Ekholm. That doesn't make its way through. Luostarinen with it. Florida gains center and ices it. But it won't be icing. Ekholm with it. 11 minutes to go in the third period. Draisaitl still out there, still attacking. Tries to hook it in front. It doesn't work. Here come the Panthers on the counterattack, and they'll go offside. 10:49 to go in the third period. Shots 19-17 in favor of the Panthers. The Oilers have to change that if they have any hopes of coming back in this game. Barrows boy, come on Oilers, I want to see some history. And Ty Smith, Barkov will pass the cup to Dan O'Rourke, who will pass it to Steve Kazari, who will pass it to Colin Campbell. You know what's funny? Colin Campbell might actually be on the ice if the Panthers win, because his son, Gregory, will win the cup as I believe he's the assistant GM of the Florida Panthers. Gregory Campbell passing it to Roberto Luongo or vice versa is very funny because they played against each other in the 2011 Cup Final. That is icing against the Florida Panthers. 10:36 to go in the third period. Producer Drew just told me he's got a weird feeling we're going to get something special from McDavid in this period. I think you're right, dude. You think this game's ending 2-1? I don't. I don't know who's going to win, but I don't think the Oilers are finishing this game with one goal. I don't. Tkachuk can't clear the zone. Oilers hold it. Oh, boy. McLeod. Down low with Nuge. Offensive zone possession nearly dead even between these two teams. Panthers clear it, parking the bus a little bit. Jesse's Pizza Box says, nah, hey, goodbye. Edmonton. Bob doesn't give up one goal for the rest of the way. Shutout from here on out. I know what you're doing, and you're sneaky. Panthers. Dump it. Is this going to be ice? No, it is not. Darnell Nurse with it in his own end. Under halfway or under half a period to play. Broberg attacking on offense. It's in the corner. 3 Panthers in there. Fourth line is out there for Florida. You wonder how many more shifts they're going to get. They yeet it down the ice, and that's going to be icing. Oh, boy. That might be a costly mistake for the Panthers. I believe it'll be the fourth line for the Panthers up against the best offensive unit hockey has. McDavid, Hyman, Draisaitl, Ekholm, Bouchard. Cassie says, have my total for gifted memberships these playoffs. Oh, geez, do we have that? Or do you have it? Oh, Drew's guess is 1,500. I'm going to say 2,000. Bouchard, Ekholm, Bouchard, Ekholm. Ekholm and Bouchard switch. Bouchard down low to Draisaitl. Ekholm on. That is blocked. And the Panthers' fourth line will get it out with Sam Reinhart. What a move! In alone! Oh, and he doesn't get a shot off! Panthers fans hollering for a penalty. They're hollering for another one. They're not going to get it. 8:40 to go. Barkov doesn't have a stick, and he's hollering. Either get off the ice or go get it. Forsling with it. 8:30 to go in the third period. Up the ice. Henrique out there. Verhaeghe. Chasing after it. Hounding the puck. This is the most offensive the Panthers have looked in a few minutes here. They're parking the bus big time. Cassie said, any guesses from Steve, Drew, or the chat? My answer was 2000. Drew is 1500. Chat, what do you think? 8 minutes to go in the third period. Poke Medros, Conn Smythe voting now. You get to go vote now. Bobrovsky covers it up with 7:51 to go in the third period. So Poke Medros is actually right. They're doing Conn Smythe voting now up in the press box. I thought they were going to break too. Yet doesn't look like it. 7:51 to go in the third period. Remember I said Edmonton needs more than 17 shots? They're only up to 18. Peter Little says next goal wins. Barky Bark says murder is now legal. You're not wrong. Do you think there's going to be a penalty the rest of this game? No shot. Panthers send it all the way down the ice, and that'll be icing against the Panthers. 7:45 to go in the third period. Eris Mix says 17 seconds happened 11 years ago today. That's the Blackhawks comeback against the Boston Bruins. So the Oilers pull off a similar late third period comeback. It's possible. Mountain Man of the East, USA shut it down. Kyle Okposo is going to shut it down? Maybe. Oilers are now plus 350 on 888. That's 888 Canada. Link in the description if you'd like to sprinkle. Oilers, top guns are out there. Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman, Bouchard, Ekholm. Back to Ekholm off the faceoff. Clean. Bouchard. Oh, the Panthers are all over the Oilers. McDavid, what a move. He falls down, and the Panthers swat it out of the zone. 7:30 to go in the third period. Here come the Oilers again. McDavid. Oh, he's picked off, but Draisaitl comes up with it. Draisaitl in front. Rebound. McDavid shovels it. Bouchard shoots. That stopped. Ekholm wanted that. Draisaitl. Ekholm. Ekholm to Bouchard. Stopped by Bobrovsky. There was no traffic in front there. Bouchard. Oh, the Oilers pouring it on now. In front. Oh, McDavid. Hyman. How didn't that go in? No way. No way. Ekholm saying it's in. Ekholm said it's in. Oh, we might get a review here. How on earth didn't McDavid tuck that home? How on earth didn't Hyman shovel that home? 7:02 to go in the third period. The Oilers had the game-tying goal in their stick. McDavid, how didn't that go in? Oh, my goodness. Hyman. I think that was Luostarinen saved it. Oh, yeah, I think Luostarinen saved that. And now we get a timeout. Or not a timeout, a TV break. Holy smokes, are you kidding me? I got to read this after that? Well, hey. This stream is brought to you by 888 Canada. It's easy to see why 888 Casino and 888 Sports are the top choices for online casino games and sports betting in Ontario. 888 Casino has an amazing variety of slots, and 888 Sport offers so many different betting options that they'll definitely have something you love. Plus, I'm super excited to announce that Jesse Blake, Ashley Docking, and I have teamed up with 888 Canada for a fun new YouTube project. We're diving into 888 Casino's huge slot selection and taking on one another in trivia battles with punishments. There might be bum tattoos. There might be pie. There might be all sorts of things. On top of that, you can now help us with punishments for the next set of games. Leave a comment on our Leafs 888 Canada video featuring myself and let us know what punishments we should endure next. Head over to 888 Canada's YouTube channel by clicking the link in the description below and subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you want to sprinkle on the rest of the game, we have the link in the description for that too. No Canada, we steal the cup from thee, says Christopher Peterson. Cassie says 1703. Closest was Perishing Purple Pulsar with 1750. Oh, so the answer is 1703? Cassie, you're unbelievable. Laura Stevens, who deserves the cup more, McDavid or Luongo? McDavid. Cassie said, I was so close to 1967, RIP. Barky Bark says, I'm going to die. Please don't. And Jacob Paulson just sent a crab people SDPN emoji. That's why I leaned in. I was like, what is that little thing? Oh, baby. Bobrovsky coming up big here in the third period, and I think that was Lusterinen with a save. Shots are 7-1 for the Oilers so far in this third period. Over 10,000 of you in the chat. Click like if you can breathe. Ekholm puts it into the corner. McDavid after it. Draisaitl! Oh, it goes up and over. Panthers will try to get it out. This McDavid line, that's offside there on the Oilers. This McDavid line has basically not left the ice. 6:43 to go in the third. Keep your eye on Skinner. Not yet, but soon. Keep your eye on Knobloch for a timeout. Not yet, but soon. James Stemler. Moments like that start making me feel like it's just not meant to happen. Yes, I know there's still time left. There's lots of time left. 6:43 to go in the third period. Lots of time left, but will it be enough? Game 7, Stanley Cup Final, Florida 2, Edmonton 1. Rodriguez behind his own net to Mikkola. Mikkola tries to go around. Oilers. Oh! Shot on. Oh, and they call a hand pass. There was a save there on Bobrovsky, but the whistle went as the save was happening. 6:30 exactly to go in the third period. And maybe the season. Broberg sends it in. Panthers. Oh, can't ring it around. Broberg does not hold the line. Bennett up the ice for Rodriguez, who's giving chase, tries to get around Broberg. How early do they pull Stuart Skinner? If it's one goal, 3 minutes. Panthers killing the clock big time in the Oilers zone, and they blow the play dead, which is the right call. It's just Rodriguez sitting on the thing. We get another TV timeout here, which is highly beneficial to the Oilers. They came out of the last TV timeout with their big guns. I assume they'll do the same here. And then for the final, 6 minutes, I just said? Those guys aren't coming off the ice. Maybe for a shift. Maybe for 2. I doubt it. Oh, producer Drew with the picture of McDavid, puck on his stick, empty net. What happened here? Does Forsling have his stick on McDavid's and that's why he wasn't able to shoot? Oh, that's the best player in the world. That is a waiver claim, taking the puck off the best player in the world, game 7, down a goal, about to tie the game. And then Hyman was in there too. Drew, like, you and I are going to need like 40 screenshots of what happened there for the cup check video after the game. Oh my goodness, 11,000 of you in the chat right now. Let's go. Welcome to the SDPN YouTube channel. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends you are watching our reaction, our live stream to Game 7 of the 2024 Stanley Cup Final. The Florida Panthers could be moments away from becoming Stanley Cup champions for the first time ever, or do the Oilers have one more comeback in them? We'll see. James Stemler, real talk, why does laying on the puck like that not count as delay of game? There are certain situations where like you can't cover the puck with your hand, but like you're not obligated to get up. Bobby Bark, hold in his best William Wallace voice. Paul Maurice just flipped us all off, adjusting his glasses. All of us. All of it. Even you. Face off just outside the Oilers zone, and it's actually Brown, Henrique, and Janmark out there for the Oilers. Interesting. Janmark has the only goal for the Edmonton Oilers so far tonight. Brown battling at the blue line. Can't get it in. Here comes Tarasenko. Shot! stopped by Stuart Skinner, and this will be a D-zone draw for the Oilers. Not good news for them, but great news for the Florida Panthers, your prospective Stanley Cup champions, if the score stays the same. That was a sneaky, decent shot there that Skinner had trouble handling. 5:34 to go in the third. Shots 21-20 now in favor of the Oilers. McDavid out there for the D-zone draw. Barkov wins it. Now the Oilers come up with the puck. They have to start from scratch here. Puck all the way down the ice, and they'll call that icing. 5:25 to go in the third period. I know you're all pooping bricks right now, but can we get to 4,000 likes? I'd really like that. Just takes a second. Just a second. 5:25 to go in the third period here. McDavid against Barkov again in the Oilers zone. Over 11K in the chat. McDavid loses the draw. Barkov wins it back clean to Forsling. Forsling down low to Barkov. Barkov and Ekholm in a furious battle. Ekholm with it. Tries to go up the ice. Panthers all over the Oilers' sticks. That's why McDavid wasn't able to finish there. And is that offside? Yes, it was. 5:10 to go in the third period. Maybe in the game, maybe in the series. Oh, baby. Shout out Bob Cole. On this, what would have been his birthday. 5:10 to go in the third period. Barkov against Draisaitl. Scrambled draw. Verhaeghe comes up with it. Both Ekholm and Draisaitl on him. Can they strip? Panthers just ebbing time away along the boards. Ekholm comes up with it. Oh, Verhaeghe all over him. And Verhaeghe takes the puck. But they're not calling nothing shy of a decapitation. And even that might not even get you 2 minutes. Draisaitl. Oilers having a real hard time getting out of their own zone there. Stuart Skinner with a sudden shot against. Stops at 4:35 to go in the third period. He's got to be getting pulled in the next minute. I agree, Drew. Jordan Saylor, no 4,000 likes without feet action, Steve. Too bad. We already got there. And Sedin Magic 15. Does McDavid leave the ice for the rest of the game? He's on the bench right now. I think the next time he touches the ice, he's not coming off. They might let him sit during the timeout. We're halfway there. Living on a Prayer is extremely loud in Sunrise right now. Bennett goes around, hounding Foegele. Broberg joining the attack again. Sends it in deep. Oh, boy. Nugent Hopkins. Big hit. Nurse puts it on. Stopped by Bobrovsky. Here comes Rodriguez. Nurse has it now. Broberg up the ice. Nugent Hopkins. Foegele with it. Gets it to Nurse at the point. Oh, Nurse. Stutter step. On! Bobrovsky knocked to the ice. Oh! Bouchard! Bobrovsky swimming! Bouchard! In front! Rebound! You got to shoot that! Under 3:40 to go. Nurse. Foegele. Oh! I thought that was a selfish play. I don't like that very much. But the Panthers will ice the puck. 3:29 to go in the third period. What's that? Skinner's got to come out 100%. Panthers are exhausted. This is perfect. You pull Skinner now, you get a flurry, and if you don't score, that's when you take your timeout. I think that's what they do. Cassie said, I wish it was my team. Oilers. Bouchard gets it in deep. And that puck will go to play with 3:22 to go in the third period. Spencer, Steve, how do you feel about the Canadian fans uniting behind one team? I felt it was weird when we were Canada's team a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, Canadians had a hard time with that, but then the Oilers story became so cool that people were okay with it. Final answer, McDavid, Conn Smythe. Yeah, I think so. Panthers can't escape their zone. Ekholm down low. That doesn't make it through. 3:10 to go now. Now here comes Verhaeghe. Skinner's still in net. Bouchard takes him out. Oilers, there's the puck. Verhaeghe chasing after him. Nice little chip there from Draisaitl. McDavid stays on side. Draisaitl behind the net. Gonna have a hard time getting to all the super chats. Bouchard puts it on. Deflected. Oh, and it goes up and over. 2:40 to go in the third period now. McDavid behind the net. Surely you got to pull Skinner. Draisaitl behind the net. In front of Bouchard. Bouchard, his shot is blocked. Draisaitl at the side of the net. This is thrilling stuff, folks. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Isn't this what we all wanted? McDavid in front. Bobrovsky with the save. Rebound. It gets through. That one doesn't get through. Panthers get it out. And will this be enough for icing? No, it won't. It dies. Perfect. How is Skinner still in the net? Exactly 2 minutes to go in the third period. Here comes Ryan Nugent-Hopkins as the Oilers try to get it deep. How is Skinner still in the net? You got to pull the guy. Panthers with it. Maybe this is why. Here comes Tkachuk. He puts it in deep. Cece's out on the ice. I am not understanding this late game deployment by the Oilers. Fogle gains the line. They call that offside. And Bobrovsky makes the glove save on a goal that wouldn't have counted anyway. Amberlynn, thank you and all of STPN for another great season. You've all helped this Caps fan survive in Minnesota. Season's not over yet. And Cassie, I wish it was my team. I do miss the stress of the Stanley Cup clinching game. 17 Pens versus Preds going scoreless in Game 6 until just over a minute left was the most stressed I've ever been. I lied. I missed it. God, I want that stress. I do. I would love my team to be in the Stanley Cup Final. They're not there. These two teams are. 95 seconds to go in the third period. They're talking about where the face-off should be. Yeah, Knobloch, he's going to finally use the timeout. Craig Simpson was talking about, he wants to keep the timeout in his back pocket. For what? For what? Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Drew here. Florida iced the puck with 3:30 left. You got to use your top unit. Look at the kid putting his face on the glass behind the Oilers bench. Love that. 13,000 of you in the chat right now. Steve Dangle here, SDPN YouTube channel. Hello. Let's all be stressed out and thrilled together. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Bill Zito, how are you on your phone right now? That was George Peros looking into the Oilers box. Thought I recognized him. Shouldn't you be celebrating with all the Panthers there, Georgie? What do you think Bill Zito's doing on his phone right now? Wordscapes? Ken Holland, he's got some cup rings. He wants another one. Jesse's Pizza Box, Leafs are the real winner here. We keep the record. Shut up. Bouchard sends it deep into the Panthers zone. I can't believe Skinner's still in his net. I can't believe it. Lusterinen with it. Panthers attacking rather than dumping. Reinhart, puck picked off. Ekholm with it behind his own net. Skinner races out of the net. The Oilers now have 6 attackers. Panthers, Send it back the other way, but it doesn't get through. Bouchard with it. Exactly a minute to go in the third period. Game 7, Stanley Cup Final. McDavid taken down in the neutral zone. No penalty called. Oilers wanted icing there. They won't get it. 47 seconds to go in the third. Bouchard up the ice. That won't be icing. Oilers hold the zone until the Panthers get it out to Rodriguez. Bouchard doing his best to keep their cup hopes alive. Puck at the side of the net. The Panthers can't score yet. Tkachuk can't get his shot through. McDavid, his shot is picked off. The Panthers send it back, but it's behind the net now. 22 seconds to go in the third period. This is it, boys. This is everything you've ever dreamed for. Everything you've ever had a nightmare about could happen right now in the next 10 seconds of the third period. Puck is in the corner. Panthers trying to hold it there for as long as they can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For the first time in their history, the Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup champions. The Edmonton Oilers, down 3-0 in this series, fight back to force a Game 7, down 1-0 early, fight back to tie the game. But Sam Reinhart, after a near miss at one end, puts the dagger in the Edmonton Oilers. McDavid so close, Hyman so close, but the Oilers fall just shy of one of the most magical victories in the history of the National Hockey League. Right now, the Florida Panthers win. This comeback from the Edmonton Oilers was something special, something truly special. But if you're the Florida Panthers, what you gotta know, what you have to know, is that it doesn't matter that they almost came back. You did it. In a few years, no one will even remember that you faltered. No one will ever remember that you bent. All they will remember is that you did not break. Thank you to Hugh Cadell for the 10 SDPN memberships. If you got a gifted membership from them, thank them. We're going to stick around for some of the ceremony here. The Florida Panthers are your 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Death Eater says, pretty leafy playoff game. The Leafs haven't been part of a Stanley Cup final since 1967, so I don't know where you're coming from with that. Sergei Bobrovsky is a Stanley Cup champion. Dmitry Kulikov, pictured there, as a Stanley Cup champion. Sasha Barkov is a Stanley Cup champion. The Edmonton Oilers, gallant in defeat. McDavid shaking hands. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is another pretty solid pick for potential first player to get the cup after Barkov. Camera following McDavid all the way down the line. There's that famous clip of McDavid with the Erie Otters screaming bloody murder after losing what I believe was a playoff game with the Erie Otters. I believe it was the OHL final. I wonder what this one's going to be like. And Corey Perry, for the fourth time in his career, loses in the Stanley Cup final. He won in 2007 as a youngin'. He lost with the Stars. He lost with the Lightning. He lost with the Habs. And now he loses with the Edmonton Oilers. Huge celebration from the Tkachuks in the stands. That's awesome. Jordan Saylor, Habs still the last Canadian team to win the Cup. That is very true. 1993. And Jesse's Pizza Box, I'm upset Sam Bennett gets good things. Ain't it the truth? Corey Perry, the curse that keeps on giving. The curse that keeps on punishing. Long Hong. Also, woo, producer Drew. Avs are my other team. I want to give a huge shout out. Well, maybe I should wait to do this, but a huge shout out to everyone at SDPN. You all worked your asses off Incredible job this season. Producer Drew, one of the chief among them. Barky bark. I can die now, but peacefully. Sorry. He's a Oilers fan. Paul Maurice finally gets his Stanley Cup. Has a coach ever got the cup second? Who knows? Knobloch in his first year as Edmonton Oilers coach. I mean, the things that he did, the things he pulled off, miraculous. Who would be shocked? Who would be surprised in the least to see the Oilers back here in this position again next year? McDavid got close. One of the best performances we've ever seen in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He got close. Couldn't quite pull it off. 5 Nichols says Paul Maurice deserves this. Absolutely. He's been a coach for like 30 years. Eris Mix, congrats to all Panthers fans in the chat. Absolutely. God, it must be incredible for you. Skinner and Pickard embrace in the tunnel for the Oilers. They did something really incredible. Really incredible. They just couldn't quite finish the story. And Roberto Luongo is now a Stanley Cup champion as he embraces Sergei Bobrovsky. There's lots of good stories here. Some people are saying McDavid's over in game 6 and 7 is going to cost him the Conn Smythe. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Is that Rick Dudley? Is Rick Dudley with the Panthers? McDavid's parents still in the stands. I think they expect him to win the Conn Smythe. Is Zach Black getting the cup second? It feels like he should, but like there's so many good names. Ekman Larson's a good name. Okpozo's a good name. Bobrovsky's a good name. Ekblad is very much the Florida Panthers. So that's good insight. Landeskog gave the cup to Eric Johnson first when the Avalanche won. I wonder what it was in Vegas last year. Wasn't it Mark Stone won, got it, and then he gave it to all the original Golden Knights? J.K. Ranites, Florida fan since 1996. I am crying. Enjoy this. This is going to be one of the best nights you've ever had as a sports fan, if not the best. Barky Bark. Oh, you're a Panthers fan. Oh, I thought you were an Oilers fan. My bad. Sam Bennett is the Stanley Cup champion. Boo. Boo, hiss, boo. The Oilers should be ashamed to do that to the fan, says Alex. Tarasenko is now a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. Love the live interview, says Adam Dillon. Swear on live TV. I haven't really had a chance to listen to it all. God, the Oilers came so close to tying it. Carter Verhaeghe from trade castoff to Stanley Cup final goal scorer. Sam Reinhart is going into unrestricted free agency, coming off over 50 goals and the Stanley Cup winning goal in Game 7. What he asked for is a blank check. Would I take Corey Perry on the Leafs if I knew it meant losing in the Stanley Cup final? Yes. Get us in arm's reach. Like, the Leafs aren't even in arm's reach. Drew just sent me the Grim Reaper meme of basically all the teams Corey Perry is cursed to lose in the Cup final. Drew, you won money on this, didn't you? You. Oh, I was wondering why you were so adamant about the empty netter. You were You said the Panthers would win. You said that they would win by 3? Bet on them to win, and a bet on them to win by 2, and a bet on them to win by 3. You're nuts. Paul Maurice just said, I saw Sam Bennett smile today. First time in 2 years. Shouting out Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Shouting out everyone who suffered through 30 years of him losing and making excuses. Eric Vincent, I'm a Bolts fan. Congrats, Florida. What a game. Cassie, former Leaf Evan Rodriguez is a Stanley Cup champion. You're right. PD Vaz said Stone passed it to Riley Smith last year. Well, he was one of the original Golden Knights. Eris Mix 23. My dad got to see the Blackhawks win the cup for the first time in his life in 2010. He told me at the time to treasure it because you never know when it'll happen again. Enjoy this, Panthers fans. Nicholas Egan, OEL, first to win cup while on the Canucks payroll. Oh my God. Oh. That's a crazy stat. Counter of 3. I was told McDavid had already passed Sid. No. Fast CXS. Now that the season is over, I want to thank you and the crew for everything this season. Can't wait for next year. Love watching this game in Canada as a Cats fan, and every one leaving sad. GG. They are handing out the Conn Smythe Trophy now. Sedin saying, I'm happy for Paul Maurice. He deserves this. Who's getting it? Oh, it's Gary Bettman. I'm going to talk over him. Thanks for these playoff streams, Steve. This is from Blue White Flame. Looking forward to the podcast tomorrow. Hope the Leafs fan base can experience this joy at least once. Me too. Landon, Cup final prediction for next year. Can't be the Leafs. Edmonton, Florida. McDavid wins the Conn Smythe. Connor McDavid wins the Conn Smythe. His dad is going to take a picture on his phone. They have better footage, dude. But I love that from parents. I love that. They're just so proud. Is he coming on the ice to get it? He won't come out. And now they're leaving. Now his parents are leaving. They're chanting Bobby, Bobby, Bobby because they're saying he should have won. He wouldn't have even been my pick. I would have given it to Barkov. McDavid with 42 points in these playoffs in a losing effort. Like what more do you want him to do? What more do you want him to do? We're going to find out these guys on the Edmonton Oilers have some heinous injuries. And Florida. Yeah, you're right, Drew. And Florida. But like Draisaitl, I got to wonder what he's battling. Someone in my group chat says Drake just lost $500,000 because I guess he bet on the Oilers. And now here comes the Stanley Cup. Phil Pritchard and the other guy. I forget the other guy's name. Bringing the Stanley Cup out onto the ice. If you're McDavid, when's the first time you smile about winning the Conn Smythe? Never, probably. Never. Yeah, he wants nothing to do with that trophy. He wants the Stanley Cup. They're booing Gary Bettman. I love it. JV, disgusting Panthers fans can't even respect the McDavid deserve the Conn Smythe. No, but what are you going to cheer the other guys for? Benjamin Phillips, there was a riot in Edmonton before the game. Why didn't I hear about it? Bettman shouting out ownership for the Florida Panthers. Bill Zito, I think, is crying. Or at least he looks like it. Wouldn't you? Dude, if the Leafs ever win the Stanley Cup, I'm going to sob. like hyperventilate on stream. The Stanley Cup is 132 years old. Drew sprayed champagne all over his basement when the Avs won 2 years ago. I'm sure your wife loved that. It's still on YouTube? Oh, hell yeah. Barkov. I know. Taking the cup from Gary Bettman. For the first time, the Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup. A kiss from Sasha Barkov, the second overall pick of the Panthers. Not everyone loved that pick at the time. And now he is one of the, if not the best, two-way forwards in the entire league. There's a shirtless kid climbing the glass. Barkov winning the cup on home ice. It looked like he was about to pass the cup into the stands like a signed stick. And he's giving it to Bob. Sergei Bobrovsky gets the cup first from the captain, Sasha Barkov. Long time coming. You're back on the case, Bobrovsky. You're on the cup forever. Yeah, that's an expensive contract. It's looking worth it now. Bobrovsky gives it to Kyle Okposo, who won the Stanley Cup and $500,000 today. I don't know if anyone on earth had a better day than Kyle Okposo. $500,000 he gets as a bonus for winning the Stanley Cup. It's written in his contract. He gives the cup to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Above his head. Big cheer for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Asher says, we did it, Steve. I've been crying for 10 minutes. I will sob if the Leafs ever do it. Ekman-Larsson gives it to Dmitry Kulikov. He's been at it for a long time. I covered him in junior with the Drummondville Voltigeur. I often like to talk about it on the podcast. And that would have been in 2009, I think. Dmitry Kulikov gives it to, there it is, Aaron Ekblad. Wide-eyed. The first overall pick in 2014. Nike gave me the opportunity to interview him when he was, whoa, he almost fell over. Nike gave me the opportunity to interview Ekblad when he was just 15 years old. Even then, he was towering, and I was looking up at him. And now he's a Stanley Cup champion and swearing a blue streak in Sunrise. He gives the cup to the Stanley Cup winning goal scorer, Sam Reinhart. What a night. Over 50 goals in the regular season. A spectacular performer all playoff long. And he scores the Stanley Cup winning goal. And now he goes into unrestricted free agency. Blank check. He can go wherever he wants for whatever he wants. Enemy number one for so many hockey fans, Sam Bennett takes the puck for a lap. Love him or hate him, probably hate him. You'd take him on your team, and that's why he was a huge part of this Stanley Cup win for the Florida Panthers. He gives the puck to Chucky Matthew Tkachuk. 11 of the Oilers players from tonight are not under contract for next season. Are you serious? Wow. Brady Tkachuk, a look of wonder on his face as his brother lifts the Stanley Cup. Before he ever plays a Stanley Cup playoff game, you know he wants to get there one day. He gives the puck, the puck, sorry, force of habit. He gives the cup to Vladimir Tarasenko. The second time in Vladimir Tarasenko's career, he has won not just the Stanley Cup, but the first Stanley Cup in that franchise's history. He did it in 2019 with the St. Louis Blues. He does it now with the Florida Panthers. Brandon Montour gets the cup next. Another player who is an unrestricted free agent. One time, there's a clip going around of Nazem Kadri chirping Montour back when he was on the Buffalo Sabres, saying, "You're a terrible hockey player." Or no, he said, "You're a shitty effing hockey player on a shitty effing team." And now he is a Stanley Cup champion. He gives the cup to Carter Verhaeghe, drafted in the 3rd round by the Toronto Maple Leafs and then traded as one of the 5 in a 5-for-1 deal. He was sent to the Islanders. The Islanders didn't want him. They sent him to the Lightning. The Lightning didn't want him. Even though he was a part of that 2020 bubble team, he wasn't a significant part of it. And now he wins the cup as a first liner for the Florida Panthers. Nick Cousins, he didn't play tonight. You don't have to like him, but damn it, he's a cup champion now. He gives the cup to Gustav Forsling. A waiver claim. The Carolina Hurricanes gave him away. The Chicago Blackhawks gave him away. And now here he is, one of the most significant parts of this Florida Panthers team. This Florida Panthers win. Nico Mikkola hoisting the cup above his head. Alan Nadeau, did this game feel leafy to anyone? No. What? See, Showtime. Edmonton went 67 for 70 on the penalty kill, which is 94% in the playoffs, and scored 3 shorthanded goals, which means they were just a -1 shorthanded. I don't know if they can repeat that again next year. I don't know if anyone can. Lusterinen lifting the cup now. Really underrated player for the Florida Panthers in mostly a shutdown and forechecking role. Barky Bark says, "Get Brady to Florida." Ryan Lomberg, a big ovation in Sunrise, hoisting the cup above his head. Played in Game 7. That should tell you all you need to know about how important he is to the Florida Panthers. The pesky depth forward played Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. You need Ryan Lombergs to win. Anton Lundell, briefly in trade rumors around the trade deadline, and I didn't understand that at all. And now here he is, Stanley Cup champion for the Florida Panthers, part of one of the most underrated lines in all of hockey, in my humble opinion. Yeah, Brady Tkachuk's got to be jealous of his brother. It's got to be some jealousy, but it's motivation, right? Motivation. He's going to be shot out of a cannon. Evan Rodriguez, Leaf legend, with the cup. 4 goals in this Stanley Cup Final. He had an incredible playoff for Florida on a pretty affordable deal. Kevin Stenlund, journeyman cast off from team to team to team. He was such a great depth pickup for the Florida Panthers. We don't have to stay for the whole ceremony. Anthony Stolarz gets his lap with the cup. He'll be heading to free agency and a payday. Does he end up with another team? Probably. Florida Panthers do have Spencer Knight. We'll see. Steven Lorentz lifts the cup above his head. He didn't play in every game for Florida, but he was really effective when he was playing. Really liked him. Drew pointing out Sam Reinhart. This is going to be the craziest week of his life. He wins the cup one Monday, and then a week later, he's going to sign in free agency probably. Josh Mahura getting a round with the cup. What do you think, Drew? Yeah. You know what? Let's wrap it, and we'll shoot cup check. We will be back for the draft stream. JV says, I work for the Flames. I will never forgive the Panthers for facilitating how obnoxious Calgary is going to get about it. They don't pay me enough. Listen, we got a draft stream coming up Friday, night 1 of the draft. We will be doing a stream. It's going to be big on SDPN. All 32 picks of the first round, we're going to be there for it. Me, Adam Wild, Jesse Blake. Producer Drew, you going to be in studio for that? Yeah. Oh, you'll be running the stream from home? Some guys might be there. Jeffrey says, Nick's never going to STFU about this. Who's Nick? Producer Nick? No way. So we will have a draft stream night 1 Friday. Paul Maurice is lifting the cup above his head right now. Huge ovation from the players. And he is saying swear words. And then we're also going to have a stream on day 1 of free agency in the evening. Paul said, someone's got to grab this for me. It's too heavy. One day. Pursued Bubble. Congratulations to Colin Campbell's favorite team. Literally, his son plays for them, or is the assistant manager for them. He's going to get the cup soon. They're already handing the cup to guys in suits. Has Luongo gotten it yet? Yeah, let's end it on Luongo. Where is he? I don't even see him in the line. You got to give it to Luongo. Bill Zito hasn't hoisted it yet. I think they're probably just doing coaches to start. Bill Zito's about to get it. Oh, and they took the camera off him for Kyle Bukauskas' interview with Sergei Bobrovsky. Listen, we don't really get a proper goodbye to the season. Because there's the draft, and it's later this week. It's literally in 4 days. There's free agency, and what annoys me about free agency is we're gonna have that day. We're gonna do a bunch of videos. We're gonna do a stream, and then the next day there will still be trades. There will still be signings. There will still be news. The hockey offseason, there's no gone fishing moment. It just sort of fades away. So this is as close to a gone fishing moment as I'm going to get. here. This is the final game stream. I want to thank Adam Wilde and Jesse Blake, who helped me get through a lot during these playoffs. They helped fill in and help do some streams at times in these playoffs where I really needed it. With a newborn at home, there's Roberto Luongo with the cup. It looks right. Got to thank producer Drew, who's just always available, always consistent, always just a dog, hardworking, loves sports in a way few people I've ever met does. Justin Fisher, another high school buddy who we're realizing our dream together, getting to cover hockey. Robert Malloy, always dependable. Like, am I really going to do every single name here? It just, everyone behind the scenes, Maddie Smith, Hayden Mathewson, Christina Weber, holy Christina Weber, everything she's done for us, for this team. It was a tough playoff, but it was a fun one, and we got through it, and I like to think that we entertained some folks, and we did some fun stuff. We made some stuff worth watching and stuff worth remembering. We can only react to the games that are happening in front of us. We had some real good ones this year. And if we helped accentuate that, then we did our job. Are we really going to end on that note? Grippy Bettman says, my streak continues. USA, USA, USA. Oh, thank you, Kathy Klee, for saving it. Great job as always, Steve. Thank you. I'll put SDPN up against anybody. Anybody, any day. So if you watched any stream at any point during these Stanley Cup playoffs, we appreciate you. Special shout out to Mike Schmidt, to Cassie, to Cassie's alter ego, Alex. Cassie Clan, like, funded the company. Like, just an unbelievable person. I don't know what we would do without you. So many other names that we've seen in every single stream. We hope to see you in the draft stream. We hope to see you in the free agency stream. But I think we got to wrap it here so that we can shoot a cup check video. And then we begin to prepare for the 2024 NHL draft. Folks, that is it for this season. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Hopefully one day I'll get to call it for your team.